3, 2, 1, and we're live! Hello all, welcome back to INVICTUS Stream! My name as always is Mr. Harlan Guthrie, and I am here with the wonderful Ms. Jo Fallak.
Hello!
The lovely and talented Mr. Justin Thomas James. Hello! And we are here tonight with Frightmares Death House Part 2. That's right. If you haven't seen part 1, you should probably watch it. But don't worry, we're going to do a little bit of a summary so you can kind of get all the Cole's notes of what happened last game. But this game is run by Jo Fallak. It is a D&D module called Death House, retrofitted a little bit to fit our very unique setting, which is sort of a spooky reality TV show. And we are so happy to bring that to you tonight on the INVICTUS Stream. If you're watching this on the YouTubes, go ahead and like the video. That's why you get this. How you do the thumbs ups. That's what you do. That's what my grandma calls it. And the thumbs up sits. That's what she says. And then make sure you also subscribe to us if you haven't. You subscribe by pressing the button that says X in the top corner. It turns red when you do it. But you can also follow us on Facebook. We are the INVICTUS Stream. You can follow us on Instagram, the INVICTUS Stream. You can follow us on Twitter, INVICTUS Stream. There's just everywhere you can follow us. But the most important place you got to follow us is on the Facebook group. That's right. When you go to Facebook, there's the page and the group. If you join the group, you join a community of all these really sexy, awesome people that hang out and share stories and ideas and images, just nonstop images. And when you are part of the group, you also earn a chance to win the most valuable post. The most valuable post is the post or posts of the week that we sort of bring out amongst the rest and say, yeah, you done good. There's many people who have had the pleasure of winning this. I don't think I ever have.
You've awarded enough, though, so I feel like it counts.
Everybody wins when you award it. No, but this week, it should really go to Jo Fallak. For her awesome bathroom selfie picture post where she was like, hey, I want to see everybody in the bathroom. But unfortunately, she can't win. I just wanted to give notice to that because I thought that was a really good post. No. This week's reward, or award, I should say, goes to a new friend of the stream and a very unique experience. But before I get to that, I want to say a very super special happy birthday to the one, the only Mr. Chris Viseau. Chris, happy birthday! That's right. Mr. Green Dye himself is probably drunk off his ass right now, sitting at home. No, he's probably working really hard.
I bet you he's eating freshly made cookies that his beautiful wife made for him.
Yeah, on his gut, which doesn't exist. He's just
cuddling his baby.
Yes, but it is his birthday today, so make sure you wish Chris a happy birthday. Even though he looks angry, he's really happy all the time. So happy birthday, Chris. But that leads into the next shout out and the MVP winner for this week. So for Chris's birthday, we ended up going to a brewery close to him in Bowmanville, which is near us for all you American people. It is filled with Bowmans. It's their village. But we started at a brewery called Chronicle Brewery. So it was the Chronicle Brewery Co. And they are a really cool company that makes a whole line of really awesome beers. And the minute we walked in, we saw their logo, which we thought was very, very interesting. Very similar to ours. And we ended up talking to the guy there, John, and telling him about the stream. He gave us a few beers. Everybody show... Justin couldn't get it back. But the Mind Flay IPA. Can you Vanna White that, Joe, and just...
I believe this is a very delicious IPA, 473 milliliters, 6.0 alcohol by volume percentage. This is a Mind Flayer. It's going to eat your brain. It's going to devour your intellect. It's got a icosahedron right there on the little forehead. I like that branding within a branding, and it's a very delicious beer. So cheers.
That eats your brains and devours your intellect.
Cozy.
If you have too many.
And I bought some pint glasses as well, and John was very, very kind to give us 4 beers on the house. I think I didn't pay for them, so
You're just admitting to theft, aren't you?
Equally could be admitting to theft. But here's how fucking awesome these guys are. So not only did John then check us out, he ended up joining the stream. He ended up joining the group. He ended up backing us on Patreon. And he's here tonight in the fucking Discord chat, chatting along with all of you. So MVP goes in a landslide to John, our new friend. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, John.
Cheers.
John Cowley.
This isn't one of their beers as well. This is just a Star Wars stuff.
Justin, unfortunately,
it's
is flying back to Calgary. He couldn't do it, and it's very delicious. All the beers that, you know me, I'm not a beer person. I think I was just like, give me whatever. No, I think Chris ordered 3 of the tastes, and I was like, all of the same. I remember actually going up to John and being like, give me whatever. I was like, the lowest alcohol, because I had to drive. I was like, the lowest alcohol and the most delicious. He's like, oh, this one's good. So I was like, perfect, let's do that. So cheers to those guys. Chronicle Brewing Co. I guess this episode is like sponsored by them in a way, because it's going to fuel our creative juices.
Yeah, and also technically sponsored by one of the creators of the company. So thanks, John.
That's right.
Oh, does he know what XP even is?
No, XP is something that you can spend in game to affect the way we play. So tonight, because we're using D&D, you can probably give an XP to give us an advantage on our roll. Is that fair, Joe?
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to affect, I think last episode I allowed someone to spend an XP to heal you. Yeah.
And you can spend that XP just by going 2 slots down in the Discord to XP spending. Anyway, more details there. Everyone knows how it works, so they can help you out if you want to use that one to help me tonight, John. So yeah, that is the MVP for tonight. Chronicle Brewing Company. Check them out. Fucking awesome. Follow them on Instagram, all that kind of stuff. I want to throw it to Joe to talk a little bit about Queen City Con coming up. Joe, you have some news for us?
I do. As you know, if you've been following along, Queen City Conquest is coming up really soon. Very excited. It is happening in Buffalo, the 7, 8, 9 of September. Harlan's going to be there. I'm going to be there repping Invictus. We're both going to be running some games for the community, and I just wanted to let you know that my games have now officially been scheduled, and you can sign up on the Tabletop Events website. I have posted the links to the 2 tables that I'll be running in the Patreon, a little bit of extra goodies for our supporters that you can sign up over the course of the game tonight. And then I think after the game's over on Facebook, I'm going to post the links for just public viewing. So if you're going to be at the convention and you want to play Chapters of the Undefeated with Harlan, who will be playing Graham alongside you, go ahead and sign up. Looking forward to meeting you guys all there. And we have still not posted the details about our pub night that will be happening on the Saturday night.
Pub night.
Pub night.
How
that'll
difficult?
be coming along shortly.
How difficult is it to bring beer into the States? Probably pretty, eh?
Oh no, not difficult.
Because I was gonna say, you know what we should bring, right?
Yeah.
Stop by, pick up a few of these, let everyone try them.
Totally. I mean, it might be tricky to bring them into the con and drink them there, but we can.
Well,
what are liquor laws like in New York? Can you brown
open
bag
carry,
it?
right? Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking, worst case scenario, we leave the con and go to a pub and sneak them.
Open carry like guns?
It's the States. That's a whole thing. I don't know.
I think you still gotta claim the alcohol, but I think you can make it happen. But then you just find somewhere to drink it.
Concealed carry is like when you have a gun with a paper bag around it.
Concealed carry.
No, concealed gun.
Paper gun holster. No, I think we can smuggle it in. What's the worst case scenario? We put it. Oh, worst case scenario is we say it on stream before we ever do it, like a bunch of jokes.
Yeah.
Wah, wah.
Anyway, we'll figure it out. We'll bring you guys some cool Canadian beer from this amazing brewing company, and we're really excited to see you soon.
Yes, we're so excited. Thanks. That is it for the intro, I'm pretty sure. I think that's it. We mentioned the Chronicle Brewing Company, Queen City Con. It is at Chris' birthday, who is not watching this. He is far away from this as possible. He's like, it's my break. I don't want to see those jerks.
He sounds just like that.
That's a good impression. We did impressions. last time, but I think that was spot on. So that's it. Should we just start this thing?
Let's fucking do it.
Let's fucking do it. Ladies and gentle beans, without further ado, I bring you Frightmares Part. The video's loading. 2.
It's okay, just film everything. Just don't stop filming, okay? Whatever you do, don't you dare stop filming.
Last time on Frightmares. Dun dun. We see a dark suburban cul-de-sac, and a white van pulls up onto the curb, one wheel, the engine idles. The headlights illuminate the front of this very abandoned house. We see Mal Crawford, the host of the show, enter bravely on camera the front door of this house. There's like a shot of him, "Hello? Is anyone there?" walking into the darkness, flashlights casting around the big front hall and the spiral staircase. We see a dust-caked table, the dining room, and both Mal and Amanda is in the shot now, the production assistant, checking over the contents of this dining room table, sifting through the dust. We see a TV showing static and Dustin saying, "Is this thing on?" We see Dustin framing up a shot, Mal interviewing the neighbor, and the neighbor saying, "Oh yeah, well I think they, they said that they were concerned about the dangers of the modern world, electricity and fluoride and chemicals and government interference, and then they started talking about going on a family vacation." We see taxidermied animals, a shot with a timestamp in the bottom right corner, and then the timestamp changing in the taxidermy animals in different places. We see Dustin going towards a light at the base of a door and then hearing a sound. The camera swinging up and seeing a taxidermied stag with blood pouring out of its eyes gore him with its antlers. We see a television screen and the static out of which a face resolves, a woman's voice, a young girl maybe. "I'm so hungry." So we are in the conservatory, the room on the second floor with the piano, and we are sitting in front of this TV, which, although it was once bludgeoned out of existence with, what was it, a sword, I believe, Mal, you were carrying, we returned to the room and the TV was again intact, and it's on even though the power is off in the house, and you are being addressed by some kind of hallucination.
And Mal runs out of the room.
Nice.
Mal!
No, I'm out of this. Fuck this. And he stops in the hall and turns around and points back through the open doors. "Now listen here. I bashed the fuck out of that thing. And now it's talking. And it's saying it's hungry. What are we going to feed it, Dustin?"
Power? I don't know. Maybe it can hear us. Can you hear us?
And you just talking to it? Static. But you can still see a face in the television.
Can someone turn off? Amanda, can you turn off, please?
I don't know how you turn off a TV that doesn't have any power to begin with, Mal.
And Mal walks back in the room. He's like, "Oh, this is the good." And he goes up to it. Is it plugged in the wall?
No.
Well, it's not plugged in.
Okay. Let's just leave. Wait. What if we talk to it? Can we, like the Ouija board, right? Can we just...
Okay.
Help me. Help me.
Okay. Yeah, we can help you. Sure. Okay, Dustin, just film for a second. Get me in frame.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Maybe shut the door.
Yeah. And I walk back over and I shut the doors to the conservatory and I like shake.
It is so dark in this room. All you're seeing is a floodlight from the camera and the light bouncing back from the television screen and everything else. The windows, as you know, they're bricked shut somehow.
Okay. Hey, it's me, Mal, and we're here with a TV that wants to talk to us. Hi. How can we help you?
I just need something to eat! And the TV explodes. Shards of glass fly across the room.
Oh shit.
And the room starts filling with this black smoke from the TV that's like burning out.
Wow, that was fantastic, Mal. That was great. Good shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got the whole thing. We got the whole thing, man.
Yeah. Was it? And he stands up.
Are you okay? Are you?
Yeah. But it was a good shot. Did I look cool when I went flying back?
Yeah, that was really awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
really good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. You know what, guys? Okay. And he puts his hand on like Dustin and Amanda. Okay. You know what? I think we've been thinking about this the wrong way. You know?
What do you mean?
Like, okay. Like I was scared, and I still am a little bit. But let's think about this. If we keep filming this, right?
Yeah.
And not only could this be the best Frightmares episode ever, but we could sell this. We could turn this into some real shit. We could make this like a feature-length movie, man. Like imagine people seeing this on the big screen, like Paranormal Activity type stuff, like this.
Not just that, Dustin. This goes, Mal. This goes way bigger than that. In my circles, the paranormal circles, people who are real, true believers, we've been looking for evidence like this for decades, for centuries. This is Nobel Prize winning. This is going to change the world. Imagine evidence, hard evidence of the afterlife.
Right, but the money.
Nobel Prize money, Mal, and the book deals, and the this is incredible.
It's amazing. We're getting it all, but I don't know. Don't you think that what happens is just going to be what happens to every other paranormal movie out there? We're going to be told that we're just, setting this up, right? People are going to think that we rigged that TV. We got to get shots that prove that this is really happening.
Right. Okay. Hey. Okay. And Mal walks over to like a high back chair in the room and like drags it across and like turns around and sits down. Okay. Here's the thing. We know that this family never left this house. There's probably some shit going on here. I think they're buried here. So this whole thing ends with us solving this murder and then calling the police. Then it's substantiated evidence. Then we have proof that everything we're saying actually happened beyond a reasonable doubt. Then we can sell this footage for the big bucks.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. Okay. All right. I'll admit it. And he stands up and tries to push the chair back with his feet, but sort of stumbles forward. Okay. I will admit it. I let my fear get the better of me. But you know what? Mal Crawford doesn't walk away from a fright, especially not one as potentially rewarding as this. I think it's time to double down, probe harder, and get into that spooked down spirit. What say you?
Yeah, fuck yeah. I'm in.
Dustin.
I'm in too. And can you say that again, actually? But a camera wasn't rolling.
That's perfect. Okay, do it again. I'll just turn around.
Oh.
Mal's back. What you saw earlier was true. Mal got scared. But in the face of adversity, Mal doesn't walk away. I double down. Tonight, we're solving this murder. We're going to find the people that are buried in this house. We're going to call the police. And we're going to be what Frightmares audiences know us to be. Badass ghost hunters. What do you say, Amanda?
I'm in.
Dustin?
I nod the camera. It's a really cool effect. It makes it look like I'm nodding in real life.
Then let's go hunt some ghosts.
Yeah!
And cut.
What?
Good. Okay.
Well,
That's
right.
good. We can edit out the yeah thing.
Sorry,
from
that
the-
was really
we can
awkward.
we can cut that out, right? The
Thanks.
yeah thing that she did. No, man, natural. We can cut that. All right. What's next?
Okay, Amanda pulls the pistol out from the waistband of her shorts where she's been keeping it and checks the chamber. I still have a full 6 bullet. Wait, how many bullets are in the pistol that you were very excited to tell me
7.
all about earlier?
It's a 1911.
Great. So I still have 7 bullets left. You've got a saber and that rifle. I hope that we don't have to protect ourselves, but that fucking stag was excited about goring us. So,
Yeah.
As Amanda's talking, I'm going to be inspecting the glass on the floor, looking for anything strange, and I'm just using the camera light.
Great. So for everyone who did not watch last episode, I guess, we are doing a mashup. So we are going to roll as if we're playing 5e to do a skill check for, let's call it investigation.
Okay.
And then our combat system is actually, we're doing wushu instead.
So as Amanda's talking about what the next moves are going to be and what our arsenal is, a bit of movement catches the corner of my eye. And it's coming from the floor, and I look down, and it's where all of the shards of glass are. And I start to walk off from where the others are to inspect this glass here to see if it was just a figment of my imagination or not.
Roll for that.
How much am I rolling?
You're rolling investigation, so you're going to roll d20 and add your
right.
modifier.
It's not wushu for this.
Correct. But I love that extra detail. So just do that whenever you're trying to kill something.
Okay, sounds good. Investigation. A natural 1.
Okay.
Hmm.
I will say that your eyes were captured by the play of light over the glass, and as you hear Amanda and Mal talking in the background, you get some nice, like, pretty sort of shots, maybe like a little spooky, little pretty, of just the light from your camera, like, dancing over all of these shards of broken glass on the floor. You like pan the camera forward. I don't know film terms. You pan forward across the glass on the floor, and it's very dramatic, but you don't notice anything specific.
All right.
No
movement.
I will remind you, and I'm just going to throw you on roll 20 to the front view of the house. This is what we are looking at. I don't know if maybe someone wants to put that up on screen for the viewers at home, but it is like a Victorian house. 1, 2, 3, 4 stories. You have been to the outer gardens. You've been to the first and second floor. You're on the second floor at the front of the house right now, though you can't see out the windows. You have been to the landing of the 3rd floor. That's where you were attacked by the stag.
So you're telling us there's another floor.
Well, I just wanted to make it clear to you that there's a lot of house left.
So I turn to Amanda. I say, all right, Amanda. Obviously, we used that Ouija board. We summoned something through that TV there. She said she's hungry. What the hell does a spirit eat?
I don't know. I mean, a spirit eats emotions or energy.
Or maybe some high-proof alcohol.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I've never personally had a physical encounter with a spirit, though I feel like I've had many visitations.
Well, me too, of course. I mean, the visitations are a completely different experience entirely. All right, so look, I think I think for now we can't help this woman without knowing what she wants. Now, I have to assume this is Elizabeth, the woman who lived in this house with her husband.
I thought it was a little
Gregory.
girl on the TV.
It was definitely a female voice, though, because of the static, it was hard to really discern much else.
Right, well, it also could have been, and as he's doing this, he's like looking at a little notepad that he scribbled. Rosie. Could have been Rosie as well, but, you know, I just remember those names off the top of my head. Look, I'm thinking we should check out that third, fourth-ish floor, but I don't want to go first.
Okay, let's go. We killed that stag thing, so there's nothing to be afraid of, right?
Well, that thing almost, I mean, yeah. And Mal turns towards the camera. We're going to investigate.
Oh, hold on.
Third.
One sec.
Sorry.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's okay. I needed
Okay,
to get into
roll.
yeah, okay.
Good.
We're going to investigate the third floor, where the noise and the disappearance originally started. It's important to note that the family that lived here is dead. Yeah, that's a good take. Let's keep that. Also, if a stag moves again or any of these animals move, we need to have a game plan. I'm thinking kill them.
I'm
And
gonna
Mal walks out.
shoot it. Yeah, in the head. Okay. So you walk out to the main landing.
Oh, and as I'm walking out, I'm like leaving the door. I'm the last to leave. I like turn my head back and just look at the glass, and I think I see that movement again, but then I shake my head and walk out.
Nice. So the three of us, Mal and Amanda, followed by Dustin, who is framing them in the camera lens the whole time, end up on the landing on the second floor of this house. The spiral staircase spirals both down and up into darkness.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I did keep the pistol. Sorry.
Did you? So you have a rifle and a saber and a pistol?
No, I'm going to give her the rifle. Tyler
Okay.
said I gave her the rifle, but you know what? I just have ranged anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'll keep the pistol. It'll be easier.
You know what, Tyler? You're on top of shit, and I'm not.
Hey, everyone's on top of everything all the time.
That's Mal's motto, right?
Everything's on top of everything all the time. That's like his, like,
I
Pray.
really like.
this is pray pose.
I know that you don't like this character a lot, but I really, really do.
Who said I don't like this character?
I just remember at the end of the last episode, you were like, "Fuck, I don't know how long I really
Hey.
wanted to play this guy."
That's behind the scenes stuff. They're not allowed to know.
So we end up on this landing. Amanda is hefting a hunting rifle the same way that she always was. No one can tell me any different. The staircase spirals up and down into darkness. Where do you go?
And I'm like waiting for Amanda to take the lead.
Yeah, she looks back at Mal and sort of hesitantly puts her hand on the handrail and then like wipes it off because it's so fucking dusty and mildewy, and then starts ascending the stairs.
Yeah. And I turn back to Dustin and I'm like, film this as we go back up again.
Yeah.
Once
So-
again, we're ascending the stairs.
We end up on the landing where we encountered the stag before. Its body is still torn asunder by Dustin's strong arms. You pulled its antlers apart and broke its head. Broke its head.
Broke the head.
Yep. There are doors to the east, north, west. Yeah. There's 2 doors to the east, 1 door to the north, 1 door to the west.
And I kind of look nervously back to Dustin and then Amanda said, let's do the one to the north.
At the end of the hall.
Okay.
Are we like facing down a hallway, or is it? So we get up the stairs,
Yes, you should
then
be
the
on
hallway-
the.
left and right, right?
You should be on the correct map on roll 20. Essentially,
Oh,
we
nice,
are looking at an oddly shaped landing. It's not really rectangular,
I see. Yes. Okay.
unfortunately, and doors are indicated by those white bars. Sorry,
where we
everyone who
ran
can't
into
see
the-
this.
This is
Where we ran into the stag.
Right.
Unfortunately, from what you can see, the spiral staircase does not continue on to an upper level. So if there are stairs or some other way to get up, you won't be able to see it. Thank you. So we have doors to the east and north and west.
There's got to be an attic, I'm sure.
I'd say let's go east. That's where Mal is pointing, at least. To the top doors.
The top two?
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. We can do that.
Yeah.
Allow me to reveal areas.
Dun, dun, blah.
And this is like a fun way for people to learn about Roll20 if you've never been.
Ooh.
Nice.
So let me just... We are using the famous RPG module Death House. The double doors to this room have dusty panes of stained glass set into them. As Mal makes his way into the room, he reveals a dusty, cobweb-filled master bedroom. There are dark drapes covering the windows, which are, of course, unfortunately bricked shut. As are all of the windows in this place. The room is full of the detritus of daily life. It seems like a pretty normal master bedroom. There's a fireplace in the northern wall. There's a big double bed whose sheets are sort of like, what is the word?
Rumpled.
Yeah, rumpled
Stilts?
sheets. There's an animal fur on the floor that's just covered in dust, and there's an odd smell in the room.
All right. Is there...
This must be the master bedroom. Let's just film a little bit. And Mal sort of nervously steps into the room with his back to the dark of it.
Mm-hmm.
He like... You ready?
Yeah. Yeah, we're rolling. I got all of that.
Okay. Well, don't cut that out. Hey,
Post.
we're on the 3rd floor. No fear opening these spooky doors. Behind me, you'll see the master bedroom. Most likely where Mr. and Mrs. got busy every night. Oh, that's... No, we'll keep it. That's a good cut.
Sorry. Let's like...
What's wrong, Dustin?
Oh, just like...
Okay, we'll do
this horrible...
Okay. Oh, fair enough. Okay. We're in the master bedroom. No problem opening the door. Behind me is the master bed, where Mr. and Mrs. probably spent their last night together before vanishing into the ghost world. That's better. Let's leave that in.
Dustin,
That was good.
roll a perception check for me, please.
Yeah, definitely. I will roll.
As you are the man with the camera and also the main source of light in this room.
He's a man with the camera.
And the main source of light in the room.
I rolled
Fucking
11.
You rolled a what?
11 total.
You notice that hanging above the fireplace there is a large portrait of people who you would presume... they look like the portrait that you saw downstairs, so probably Mr. and Mrs. Durst. You also notice that there are a couple of other doors leading from this room to the west, to the east. And you notice that there seems to be kind of a dark stain seeping from the ceiling above where the master bed is.
I'm about to go over to inspect the portrait when I see that stain, and I say, "Hey, what the heck is that?"
Ew.
In the ceiling?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
It'll do.
I don't know. And I walk over. Is there like a pole in the wall or something? Like something I can pick up?
Like a wall pole? There's a curtain rod if you want.
Oh, that's funny.
Thank you. Stupid. Stupid game.
I grab one of the many. I grab no. I grab one of the many wall poles that are obviously around the room. I don't know where you guys live, but wall poles are an important staple in Canada.
Yeah, like a wall pole.
You need them. So I'm gonna grab probably a maroon wall pole, and I'm gonna poke the ceiling.
You do.
Wow.
Nothing seems to happen.
I think that's the funniest thing Joe's ever said.
Thank you.
You're good.
All right.
Oh, I can't.
You poke it, and it makes kind of a satisfying crunch noise.
All right. So I bring down the pole. Did any like stick on the end of my pole?
Yeah, sure.
And I smell it.
Yeah, it smells weird. Roll a nature check.
Can I get a bonus because of my wall pole?
No, but you can get a bonus if someone gives you a bonus.
Too late. 13 plus nature, which is 0. 13.
It's blood.
Oh,
Sorry,
fuck!
Tell people what you're doing.
Yeah, sorry. There's a weird spooky stain on the ceiling. and I wanted to poke it.
So you,
Sorry.
is that a technique?
Yeah, let's do another take.
Okay, all right, another take.
We
All right.
walked
You
into
also
the-
you also have a lot of ghost hunting equipment that you outlined last time. You
Yeah,
have a
that's right.
thermospookometer. You have a salometer, which is a metal tube. You have a boogometer, which you said is like a sound gun.
Yeah, I remember that.
You have a pictometer, which you said is like an olive grabber. Which that might.
And I reach in the bag and I pull out the gamble-dobometer, which I have not yet revealed, and I say, Dustin, film this. Perfect opportunity for the gamble-dobometer. And I reach into my backpack, which is on Amanda's back because Mal wouldn't wear one, obviously. And he like rumbles around through it. She like gets jerked back and forth, and he reaches out and says, the gamble-dobometer tells us exactly what is on the end of my wall pole. And he pinches it and holds it, and it goes green, 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 yellow. That's right. This is blood. Human blood. And cut. Guys, this is actually blood, though. It smells
Spooky.
Yeah. What the heck is blood doing on the ceiling?
I don't know. Maybe
Seeping
there's another
down?
layer to this place?
There's got to be an attic. Here, what's in here? And I go over to the closet and I try to open it.
Okay, that's the one on the west side, I would presume.
The one in the middle, yeah, in the west, on the west side of the room, I think.
Yeah, so this is indeed a dust-choked closet. It's full of rotted and ruined clothes. Looks like probably mixed gender, you would presume, of the husband and wife who used to live here.
All right. Now, back at my place, we've got our attic access is in the closet, and I look up at the ceiling, and I try to look for an access.
You look, and you find some moldy ceiling, and that's about it.
Well, it's not in here.
And Mal's still like holding the gamble-dobometer. Yeah, guys. Okay. Why is there blood in the ceiling? We still think there's an attic up there? You think something crawled up there? And I use
that's
the
the
wall
only
pole and I just
explanation.
start banging the ceiling. Boonk, 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 to see if it's hollow.
Let me get this.
Yeah, I mean, you hear a resounding bonk for every wall poke you do.
With the wall pole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wall poke.
I'm going to do a spot hidden. Or a perception roll.
Cool. You can definitely roll. So investigation, like when Justin was looking at that glass specifically, is when you are trying to look at specific details. Perception is more of a broad, cast a wide net sort of thing.
I don't think anyone did one in this room, did they?
Yes, Justin did.
Oh,
He
okay.
saw the blood and the portrait.
Yeah, it wasn't a great perception, though.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's metagaming.
Well, I didn't put it this way. I didn't know,
That's true.
and I would have rolled it anyway. So I'm going to do my own
Yeah.
perception.
Please go
because
right ahead.
I did worse. So never mind. I see less.
It's spooky in here.
I look under the bed.
Okay. You see a lot of shoe boxes, some cobwebs.
I open the shoe boxes.
You find treasure.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, you find some.
D&D is so weird.
Well, the treasure was elsewhere in the room, but it didn't make sense for like the theme
it was,
that I
it
like
was a large
skimmed.
chest, wasn't it?
Yeah, totally. There's like a jewelry chest.
That's hilarious.
But there's some like gold rings and a necklace. Some like it's like folded inside of like some rotting whatever clothes or papers or something. But you do find some jewelry.
I take it all, like greedily almost. I'm like, and like I don't do it to hide. I just like do it, and then like Amanda sees me, and I just like, this ring would look pretty good on you, Amanda. And she's I like hold it out.
Oh, no, thank you. I don't want to. We don't know the spirits yet, so.
Hey, pass me the wall pole.
Oh yeah, and I toss him the maroon wall pole.
Okay.
Has the insignia wall poles are us. The house is built with them.
Mm-hmm.
And I put the ring back in my jacket. I said, well, you know, we'd want to keep a lot of the jewelry in case we need to contact the spirits and have a connecting device, obviously.
Oh, that's actually a good idea.
Yeah, that's like pretty smart.
Well, you know, that's the way it works.
So I lower the wall pole towards the rug, and I just kind of like flip it underneath, and I've got like my shoulder up because I know it's really dusty, and I just kind of like whip it.
Yeah,
away.
like a big centipede just like scurries out and like makes a track on the dust and like, goes out the door.
Oh
Gross.
God, I hate bugs.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's. I think it's a tiger.
Yeah, it is a tiger. Sorry, did I not make that clear? It's a tiger
here?
rug.
How bizarre.
Yes.
How bizarre. How bizarre.
Yeah.
Is there anything on the table in the room?
Yeah, there's like an antique water pitcher, and it looks like maybe it was full of flowers at one point, but now it's just sort of like little sticks.
All right. And I look under the mattress just in one frail attempt to find any money because Mal's a bit greedy for money.
Yeah, it smells really bad.
Ugh. But there's nothing in between the mattress and the bed spring?
Not that you see.
Oh, I'll do an investigation roll. With a natural 16.
Yeah, you find $5 rotten.
What? Plus 3, 19. $5 rotten. That's amazing.
You find a diary. It says, "Here's how I'm a ghost."
I read it.
Yeah, there's no diary.
What? It's a ghost diary.
There was a diary. No, there's no diary. Yeah, sorry, you don't find any diary. There's no diary. You find $5 that crumbles to ash in your hand as you touch it, and you learn a lesson about morality.
Well, okay, let's not go over. I'm going to go to the balcony.
Okay, you go to the balcony, and the door is bricked up, unfortunately. So.
And I just like put my hand on it, and I put my head down like melodramatically, and I'm like, "There's no way out." Oh, you weren't filming, Dustin?
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry.
There's no way out. I did it better the first time. You should have filmed that. Always be filming. A, B, C. That's our motto.
Always be camera.
Yeah, camera. Filming.
Go to the next room.
Yeah, let's go to the next room.
Where would you like to go? So we
and just
track
before
around in this. Sorry.
And just before, as they walk out, I like duck my head in the closet and I look around, and I see everything Justin sees. But I'm gonna do an investigation roll because the closet seems suspicious to me.
All right.
With a 15.
Nope.
Okay.
Just the same shit. Like there's a lot of clothes and personal belongings.
And they all look like they belong. And they all look like they belong to the parents.
Yes.
Nothing jumps out. Okay. Okay. I'll follow them out.
Shall we move along?
Moving right along.
Okay, so we go back out into the main landing on the 3rd floor. Again, everything is dark and still.
All right, well, I guess we should go to the opposite door. And I walk over to it without really... I'm like sort of lost in thought, and I like push past the two of them. And I like reach out and I open the door without even really thinking, and like start walking in.
Okay. Dustin, do you follow?
I think I'd be like, whoa, wait. And then probably start rolling, and then like get a shot of like the door frame as Mal goes in alone. Kind of like a cinematic.
Sorry, I meant the
shot.
door like exact opposite, like right across the... Is that a door?
Yep, it is. I can hide this area.
No, that's fine. Well, it doesn't matter now, but I meant that little one.
Yep, we can do that.
Okay.
Also, I revealed too much of that last one, so there.
Oh, perfect. I didn't look at it.
Good.
Oh.
This seems to be a bathroom. As you creak open the door, you see a copper tub with clawed feet. There's an old-fashioned wood stove and then a sink as well. And as you enter the room, you realize that this tub is full of liquid, dark liquid.
Should he get the goblometer? Oh,
Yeah, the gambleometer.
gambleometer.
And I take it out.
Sorry.
And it's sort of like an ice cream scoop that like closes. Goes. So I like take it and I dip it in the water and I close it. And I lift it up. And I guess I'll do an investigation roll.
You can roll a nature check.
Perfect. Let's hope it's not out of batteries. Are you filming this, Dustin? Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Oh.
So
yeah.
the gamblometer tells me that this is perfectly safe to drink. In fact, for some reason, it's actually purified water. I rolled a natural one.
Yeah, I could tell from your narration. What do you do with that sure knowledge? So I think your gamblometer goes green, 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 green.
Yeah. I mean, even if it was pure water, I'm still not going to fucking stick my head in it. So I'll probably just be like, it's safe to drink. If we need a place to drink water, we can come back to this.
And Amanda's like, are you sure? And she's going to roll her own nature check because that's fun.
God damn it, Amanda. Don't ever doubt me on camera.
She's like, I don't think this is safe to drink. I'm sorry.
Sweet little Amanda. Sweet little naive, innocent Amanda.
Wow. Okay.
Innocent,
hold on a
naive,
sec, guys.
Simple-minded,
And as Mal is going into his list,
dumb Amanda.
I want to go back to the master bedroom. I want to check out. There's a little wee tiny door in the bottom right corner in this
Stupid, dumb, simple,
and
dumb
There is.
room.
Amanda.
I'm curious.
And I'm still talking as you both like leave the room. Stupid, idiot, dumb Amanda. And I dip my finger in and I'm like, if it wasn't pure, could I do this? It smells so bad. And I'll follow after the two.
Dustin, you go and check out beyond the little sitting area, the small door that you were talking about, which is halfway up the wall, and you reveal the dumbwaiter. And the dumbwaiter is actually parked, or whatever the appropriate verb is, at this floor. So you open the door, and there's a chamber, and there's like a little rope that you can like pull stuff up and down on.
Is there anything on the tray?
No, there isn't. It's empty.
Is there like a mechanism on the side of it?
Yeah, there's a button.
Oh, it's powered. I see. I try pressing the button.
You hear a bell ring somewhere in the house. Ding.
And Mal with like
Can I
his
do a
fingers
perception
covered in
check
this,
to
like,
see where
black
I think it's
liquid,
coming from?
hears it.
Sorry, one at a time.
Sorry, adjusting that.
I want to do a perception check to see if I can tell where exactly it's coming from, or at least what floor.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that.
I got a 10.
It's not on this floor.
Okay.
You think maybe below you, but you don't know 100%.
Yeah, good chance.
I'm going to do perception check in the bathroom.
Okay.
With a... Oh my god, a natural 1?
Wow, again.
You really like the tile that they've used. You notice from the footprints that the three of us have made through the dust that it's like this really nice like Roman kind of tile, and you're thinking about your bathroom at home and maybe how you like want to redo it when you're finished this job with all the money that you're going to make from this movie. And
so much money. I picture this guy basically living like Patrick Bateman, like really crisp and clean and sort of insane. And then he's white and perfect. Like he wakes up in the morning, does like a face peel mask.
So cute.
So yeah, I'm just on my hands and knees scrubbing the tile clean.
Cool. What happens next?
They hear a clicking as I'm trying to cut out a single tile.
Nice. With what?
Oh,
With
you know what? I would look around. Okay, so like I'm so obsessed with the tile. I'm like, I'm not going to be able to find this anywhere. I'm like talking to myself. I'm like, I'm going to need to show this to my tile guy. So I'm going to do an investigation real quick because I'm going to look for a chisel and a thing. Just something to like hard to hit out the thing. So I'm going to like look under the sink. So I'm going to fudge a narrative investigation roll.
Yeah, why
but
not?
Like legit, Mal would be looking for some reason to get it out. Perfect. So that's 17.
Okay. I will say you find nothing in the bathroom. Are you willing to go elsewhere on the floor to find a chisel?
Definitely. If I'm that dedicated with the insanity of a 1 to get this tile out, I'm gonna go where I need to go.
So, as you become obsessed with this new...
He like literally pulls out his pistol and looks at it for a second, kind of aims, and he's like, and then he's like,
no.
And now I'm looking for wherever else.
Okay, so I think you, with your 17, did you say? And your know-how of old houses, you know that like a linen closet type area is going to be somewhere close by to this bathroom. And you exit, you hear Dustin and Amanda in the next room over, and you hear the ding of a bell kind of reverberating up the stairs as you go to the next door. On this
like
floor.
it's coming through this door? Oh, I see.
So you're going to go out of the bathroom and you just go to the very next door that's available to you.
And I do. Yeah.
You find a storage room. You as you kind of look around with the light on your phone or your pen light or however you're illuminating your search, you see dusty shelves that line the walls of this room. There's some cleaning supplies, and you start going through them with your hands maybe on the shelves.
I'll do a perception when I get in here. Again, looking for what I'm looking for.
Do so.
Thank you, dice gods. That's oh my god, a 22.
Amazing.
Nice.
So as you find some appropriate tools that you know would be excellently employed for this tile removal job, you hear a noise, and you actually get a little bit of a heads up that not all is as it might seem in this room. You hear a click, and then you hear a whir.
I run out of the room as fast as I can.
And as you do, you realize, with that excellent perception check, from your peripheral vision that there is movement from the room and a roaring sound. There is something following you. What do you do?
I run out of the room and I run to the master bedroom in like an Abbott and Costello-esque, like, and I'm like screaming. I'm like, Dustin! Dustin! And I like pour through the fucking double doors of the bedroom and I like
pushing us out of the way as we're
them.
on the other side.
Yeah, and I like slam them like with my back against, like, if I succeed, like panting, looking at the two of them in the room, like, something's chasing me.
I think that because you got the heads up on whatever is chasing you, you absolutely succeed in this. And as you have your back up against the door, you hear like, and a bump, bump, bump on the back of the door in this like rhythmic fashion.
Go. All right, guys, go. All right, there's definitely something on the back of the door this time.
Lock it.
What? Oh, and I turn around and I lock the bedroom door.
And we all hear this like,
and I bend down and I look through the keyhole.
mm-hmm. There's actually like a light, a small dim light that is approaching the door and ramming the door. And that's like all you can see. And it's like basically on the floor.
And I turn around and I'm like, I think a Roomba is hunting us. I wish I said that with a straighter face. I'm going to say it again. Film.
Yep.
I think a Roomba is hunting us.
And Amanda's like, is it dangerous? Did it try to hurt you?
And I stand up and I say, it tried, but it didn't succeed. Ultimately, Roombas are small mechanical vacuums that work through houses. I think we had the leg up on it this time. I'm going to open the door and stomp it to death. And I go to reach for the door.
Thump.
But I'm doing it really slowly.
Thump.
And
Thump.
cut. Dustin, why didn't you stop me from opening the door?
Well, it might be really good footage.
Fine. Okay,
yeah, it's
Amanda,
just a Roomba, right?
go get that laundry basket. I point in the corner of the room and there's like this big wicker basket, like a tall top on it. Amanda, get that basket.
Okay. And she goes and grabs it. What's in the basket?
It's nothing. Dump it out. Bring it over here.
So she just like empties it of like crafting supplies and brings it over. Okay, what?
I'm gonna open the door. Dustin, film this. I'm gonna open the door. The Roomba's gonna come in. You're gonna trap it with the basket, and then we're gonna interrogate it. Get to the bottom of this Durst family mystery. What do you think about that, Dustin? I'm thinking of trying a new thing. I did this a lot. I kind of want to do one of these. It's a bit more. I think it's more humble.
I'm thinking we're getting to about 40%, so we should cut out everything that's not necessary.
Okay. All right. Everyone know what they're doing? You trap the Roomba, we'll interrogate it. Ghost style.
All right.
Okay.
But this I am going to catch.
Throughout the whole time that we're talking, there's just like a constant like whir of a motor and then thumping against the door. This thing every like 4 seconds is hitting the door. And
Mal pulls out his pistol and sort of holds it, waiting for like Amanda's eyes to flick up towards him so he can kind of do a pose. But
she
like
nods.
he just keeps waiting. Oh, yeah. Trying to make it seem like it was an accident. And then he's like, 1, 2, and he opens the door.
Total blackness outside. The light, whatever you saw through the keyhole, is off. And there is no motion in the hallway.
And I shut the door again and lock it. And I turn to Dustin. This is what happens when you're hunting ghosts. Cut.
All right.
Whoa! Did you guys hear that? It was banging and then it stopped.
Where?
What do you think it was?
I don't know. Where do you think it is?
I don't know, but he stands up and unzips Amanda's backpack and reaches in for another Mind Flay beer by Chronicle Brewing Co.
What? Seriously, if you live in Ontario, you definitely have to go to this brewery because it is delicious beer.
Dustin's jealous.
I know, everyone's jealous.
Sponsorship ideas.
Oh my God,
Dustin.
Harley, the brave little toaster, represent. I need to rewatch that movie.
Yeah.
So good.
Is it a vacuum? I thought it was a Roomba. Well, the Roombas are vacuums, technically, I suppose.
It's a subsect of the vacuum family.
It's a subsect.
So we're all standing in this master bedroom in the must and the dust and the dark, and we hear nothing.
Well, Mal cracks open a beer that he smuggled in through his backpack.
You did mention that you had like liquor for the spirits, so
I feel like that should be in theme. Why not?
Yeah.
So he passes it around between the three of you.
Oh, thank you. Glug glug glug.
No thanks. I'm on a diet.
Oh, really?
Dustin,
you look
don't have
great.
to. You look so good, buddy.
Well, yeah, no, it's more of like a brain fog, like mental thing. Like I just want to
Oh,
be able to.
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a brain diet. Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
In fact,
Sometimes-
I don't need that either.
When I'm trying to like get my chakras right, like you really just have to like like focus on the now, and sometimes like alcohol is just like so much of like back then and in the future and like cloudy.
You really believe in chakras?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, me too. Totally. Yeah.
Absolutely.
What evidence do you have that chakras work, though?
Well,
Like that's a good thing.
well, tell.
Oh, it's just all about like the different
about the
houses
different
of like your energy, and you
Oh,
have
the
to like
energy.
ascend through your base chakras up to
base
like the
chakra.
top ones, and there's like 7 of, I have a guru who
There's 7.
I've got actually
I do too.
back
I have
in
2
the
gurus.
car I have like a business card for my guru. I can get you in touch. I'm just learning,
I don't
so
know.
I don't
Mine,
feel like I
or
can
my
like,
guru. You can use mine as well. You can use either guru.
I don't know. I just can't buy it. Something about it just seems fake to me.
well, you
Anyway,
know,
should we film some
No,
more?
it's not. But it's not.
just it's
not
like
fake.
it's not like like a Western idea.
Yeah. It's east. It's northern, really.
No, it's like Eastern. It's like a other whole sphere of like medicine and
Well, it's
reality.
like
and,
northeast.
like,
It's northeast. It's like,
yeah, it's like
oh no.
Are you all right, Mel?
I wish I couldn't laugh
please-
as much.
stop crying.
I'm not. I'm sure. But it's sort of northern, sort of eastern. It's like northeast. That's what I meant. I meant it's eastern.
You mean northeastern in
That's-
India, right?
Yeah.
So like,
well, it's like the
Tibet.
part of east.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
when the 8 chakras align, you have this.
There's only 7.
So, well, that's what I meant. I meant the last one's a bone. You have to unlock the last one. You haven't got it yet.
As you guys are talking about chakras, Dustin, kind of curiously, he like takes down the camera and he flips open the viewfinder.
Yeah.
And he just like starts scrolling back through some of the events that have happened.
Great.
while
And Mal's
we've
like
been here.
talking to him, and Amanda like continuing to be like, "Yeah, no, I'm totally
Chakras, blah, blah, blah.
Gurus, yep."
Justin, what is Dustin looking for?
Just looking through, making sure like he's gotten some good shots and making sure that the camera's working properly and
Yeah.
you know.
Interesting. There's no like role technology in D&D, but I think just in terms of your own professional knowledge, there are missing parts. Like you know that you captured some of this stuff, and it's not even like a static or like a blanked out period, but there's just like there's a color on your screen. You're watching footage that you captured maybe half an hour ago, like right after the stag attacked you, and it's just like a red screen for like a minute and a half.
What the
I've never seen
fuck?
this before.
The hell? You ever seen this, Mel?
And
I show him.
He's like
in
still
the-
talking. He's like, "But you know, when I meant northern eastern."
No,
which is like
absolutely, yeah, for
but it
sure.
swoops up,
Guys,
you know what I mean?
guys,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
good chunk of our
Dust-
footage
Dust-
is just gone.
What? What do you mean?
What do you mean?
A lot of the shots that we got earlier, it's just look, it's just a red screen.
What do you mean? And Mal looks at.
It means that we didn't get you doing this, Mel. Or this.
Is it on a different tape, or did you have the
No,
lens
I haven't
cap
changed it.
on,
It's a
or-
fresh tape. It's good for at least 5 hours.
I don't know. You're the tech guy. I don't do the tech, so
I wonder if something happened to it during the thing with the taxidermy.
did you like drop
Shit.
it, or?
I had to put it down. I don't remember. Did I drop it?
No,
Oh fuck! Please don't tell me I dropped it.
What are you're saying that we don't have?
We're missing.
That
We're missing-
90% of the footage that we've shot so far.
It's gonna be okay.
It's not okay.
It's gonna be okay.
It's not okay.
And as you start crying, you start hearing.
Oh my god,
the
Roomba!
hallway
And I
again.
open the door and I'm like, get it!
into the room charges this vacuum, a la Brave Little Toaster. It's an upright. It has a bag that is like full of hot air, and it's trailing a cord behind it, and is literally a possessed vacuum. Everyone roll for initiative.
That's not a Roomba!
Do you not get attack of opportunity because you had the basket ready to go?
The basket for a big vacuum?
Yeah, I pictured, like, I can literally show you the one I pictured. It was like a tall wicker basket laundry. That's why I was like thinking, foomp.
Oh, I was thinking like craft supplies. Like, I have 20 balls of yarn in here. For Roomba?
I said laundry basket.
I will give myself a surprise round.
How about this? If I Google laundry basket wicker and it's big, the first answer, then we'll go with that.
Why don't we first start with rolling Anish and then...
Anish?
Anish?
I love Anish. Star
Anish.
So good.
So, because we don't have the straight up like skills, just roll a d20 and we'll say add your athletics bonus to it. How athletic are you? Amanda rolls.
-1. I got a 10.
Hey.
I got a 9.
All right. And you're doing some Googling, Harlan?
I did, and the first answer was like a not shallow, but not big enough for the thing. So wasn't what I was picturing, but I get where you're coming from. It's like would hold 4 towels, maybe.
Yeah, not great. So Amanda is gonna go first. So as Mal breaks down and starts to lose control after he sees that some of the footage is corrupted.
Well, he just cried.
He's starting to cry, and he's starting to he's getting out of control. She hears all of a sudden this like reverberation coming from the hallway, and Mal reflexively opens the door, and we see this light and movement barrel into the room. Dustin swings the camera and captures this autonomous vacuum. She's still carrying this laundry hamper, and she has basically no other recourse. She doesn't have her hands free towards her weapon, and she's just going to lunge at this piece of machinery and try to capture it for, I guess, interrogation. I'm going to give myself 2 d6s. We're playing Wushu now. And I'm going to call this a hand-to-hand combat. Is only a... I have a 3. So I'm going to roll, and anything... What is it? Over a 3? Is successful? Yes. No, anything under a 3 is successful. Here we go. Hey! I did great.
Ooh, nice.
So Amanda captures this bucking wild vacuum inside of a laundry basket, and she's like, guys, a little help here! And it's like, and it's Mal's turn. What happens, Mal?
So first off, John gave XP on Amanda's too, but you didn't need it, so maybe save it for your next roll.
Yeah.
Also, Megan has offered up like 8 XP for tonight, so I'm gonna take the
generosity.
The generosity of these people. It's astounding.
So you can add a d6 to whatever combat maneuver you're trying to
I'm gonna do that.
Make happen if you like.
I kind of want to. I mean, I have a saber, and the logical, effective thing would be to stab its little bag. But I don't think Mal is in a logical, effective way, and that's also not as funny. So he's just gonna fire all 7 rounds wildly towards this thing.
As Amanda is like holding the thing.
Not like, and you just be like, bam, 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 like hitting down, like right at the base of this thing.
Okay. So
I'll do 3d6.
Yes, please.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-da. Oh, low is good, right?
Low is good, so you succeed
got
1 time.
A 1, which is perfect.
So you unload the chamber, at this vacuum, and most of the shots go wild. Just, I think, out of your nervousness, and also you're trying not to hit Amanda, so you can only kind of shoot directly at her.
Yeah,
a couple
basically
of
Mal
times.
reacts like a Walt Disney era elephant reacts to a mouse. He's very like like reaching down.
Very cute.
That's a
You
very
get up on
specific-
top of the bed.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. He jumps up on top of bed and starts. Oh right, we're doing wushu, so more dice would have meant more creative. But it was a very. He jumps up top of the bed and starts shooting wildly and it's like squealing. As like all 7 bullets fire into the head of this fucking machine.
Well, one of them does.
Well,
but
wushu is if you get one success, you succeed at whatever you're doing. It might not kill it, but it doesn't matter the failures. One success means they all
Sure.
succeed.
So you get to shoot it 7 times.
Yeah, but it doesn't die. I just like bam, bam,
Well,
bam, 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 bam.
It does, though, is the thing. So
perfect.
you hear one of your bullets hit the vacuum bag, and it kind of pops, and the motor just kind of winds down, and the vacuum stops bucking and heaving, and Amanda is like, and she like slowly lifts up this laundry basket, and it's just a vacuum, and the vacuum bag has exploded, and so
And
this
the
like
dust is just like
puff
slowly falling.
of dust.
And Mal's just like, so yeah, I don't know. I think there's 8 chakras, really. I mean, 7 is the usual, but once you unlock that last one, then you really get inner peace.
I guess maybe I should talk to your guru. Okay.
Yeah, my guru's the best. He's on vacation right now. He will be for a few months, but you know, when he comes back, I'll give you his information.
Thanks.
Dustin, did you get all that? And Dustin's just like filming.
Nodding. So we have defeated the vacuum. What does Mal do next?
Steps down calmly, brushing the dust from his shirt, and says, "This fucking thing came out of the closet. We should check out." And he turns to Dustin. "The closet is another area to check. You know what? It fucking doesn't matter. Apparently all the tape got erased." And he walks angrily out into the hall and heads into the closet. And should I re-roll my perception? Because I had a 22.
No, you did great. So you find everything you need to find. You find a chisel and a hammer, and basically like implements will be found here. So if you want like a screwdriver or a hacksaw or whatever, they will all be anything that you need in for the rest of the game, in as far as like whatever household like small appliances you need or whatever, they'll all be
I
found here.
find a toaster.
Okay. Well, that might be in the kitchen. I don't mean appliances, I guess. Those are wrong.
But you said anything. I wanted a toaster.
Anything that you would like find in like a garage. It's like
Alright,
a
guys.
utility closet.
Community. What's the most useful thing I need that's in this closet?
That is in a, what is it called?
Linen closet.
Storage room.
Storage.
So the real, I will just give you guys like a taste of what the actual module says. It says, dusty shelves line the walls of this room. A few of the shelves have folded sheets, blankets, and old bars of soap on them. A cobweb-covered broom of animated attack leans against the far wall. It attacks any creature approaching within 5 feet of it. So we had a vacuum instead.
I will take some fucking rope.
You do.
I always need fucking rope. I don't know why, but in every movie, the fucking guys show up and they need fucking rope.
Great.
some
You get
reason.
some rope. You get
Take
a
it.
coil, maybe 25 feet long.
25 fucking feet of rope. Perfect, I'll take it. And a hammer and some charcoal. Perfect, I'll do both.
Oh, you know what? You rolled that crazy high perception check in the bathroom, did you not?
I don't
Now that all this trauma has passed, you hear something else. It is a dim sound. Something reverberating through the bones of this house.
I put my head to the wall.
In the storage room, you don't really hear a lot, but it there is a sound. It almost sounds, it's repetitive. The sound of a rocking chair or the sound of an oscillating fan. It's like something that's like on repeat almost.
The
You know
minute
what I mean?
hear it, I shush Amanda. She's not even talking, but I'm like,
What? What? Fuck
and I like
off.
put my like finger like on her lips, like I know.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Stop doing that. Ah!
I like walk past her, and like with my hand's still trying to go to her face, and she's like dodging it. I'm like, and I walk back to the bathroom, and I put my ear against the side of the copper tub.
You hear a sound that reverberates through the plumbing of this house. And it sounds like a protest or like a crowd, like voices, like reverberating voices.
I hear voices. And I lift my head away from the tub and I say, it sounds like there's a crowd or voices within the belly of this beast of a home.
Yeah, you can't really make it what they're saying, but you hear voices.
And I stand up with vigor. There's a basement to this house, Dustin.
Yes, there is.
We need to find it and exhume it.
Right now? Like, should
No.
we finish this
Yeah.
floor?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Oh, that's
mean-
just what I'm thinking. Like,
No,
we're already up here. We got one more room left, right?
We have one more room.
all right. Let's double down and check this bitch out. And I walk over to the room and I turn the knob, but I don't open the door, and I'm like, it's locked.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and I walk away. I like stand on the top of the stairs. I'm like, let's go downstairs.
Is it actually locked?
I probably.
Oh, well, hold on. And I'm just gonna go back.
No,
and
don't
just-
bother. It's locked.
Oh, well, what do you think, Amanda?
Okay.
I don't want to go anymore, guys.
You don't want to go in that
don't
room
wanna-
there? Like, it's
I'm
right
not-
there.
It's
It's
spooky. Guys, a vacuum chased us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying that this is gonna make us famous.
Right,
Matt.
but the footage is gone. And he walks up he was down a step and walks back up
Okay,
to the
to
main
be
floor. He's
fair,
like,
not all of the footage was gone.
right, okay. But some of it
Still on
was. Right?
That's okay. We have to do this. We can't leave this house, Mal.
Why? Our money's gone.
The house won't let us leave. Where are you going, even?
Just fine. And I walk over to the door and he opens it. And it just opens the door, swinging in. Fine.
It is another bedroom. And there is a phantom in this bedroom. A
And-
woman.
As the doors open, like the two of them are like looking into the room and your faces are like white. And Mal's like, and he like looks for a second, sees the phantom, and then he reaches for the knob and slowly shuts it.
Let's go to the mid-game post.
Okay. Hold on. There we go. And the mid-game post! Wow, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the mid-game post. This is the part of the show where we stop the action and we jump to you guys in the Discord chat to say, hey, what's up? How's it going? Okay, yeah, go for it, Justin. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the mid-game post. This is the point, like I said, where we stop the action and we jump to you, the community, to see how you're enjoying the game and to answer a number of questions that we have for you. Joe, how are you enjoying yourself so far this evening?
I'm having a great time. I wish it wasn't 30 fucking degrees in my apartment. Also, for everyone who loves doggies, and my doggie in particular, Louis had some surgery recently, so I'm worried. I wish that he was on my lap, but he's doing okay. He's got a cone on and he's lying on my bed and he's on painkillers, so he's just kind of passed out. And overall, today's my Friday, folks. Woohoo!
There's a song. It's Friday. It's Friday. Joe's
Gotta do a Friday.
Dogs on your lap, on your lap, on your dogs.
Friday, dogs,
Fridays.
yeah.
Doesn't that song just make you really want breakfast food?
Mm.
Fried eggs, hash browns, and some fried eggs.
I think it's time to do a music video.
Oh my god, could you imagine?
Yeah.
Just a fantastic music video about fried eggs and hash browns. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever the fuck I've already said, what should we ask for the mid-game post, Josephine?
Well, I think for the mid-game post, I would like the names of the 4 members of this household, please.
That sounds like demanding.
We talked about them a lot on the first episode, and you did say all of the names in the beginning of this episode. So.
No, I said that before we started.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I didn't say that to them. They don't know it. I did say one of their names. I think if they should be able to name one?
I would like first and last names of one member of the family. That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. First and last names of one member of the family under the mid-game post heading, and you will win 1 XP, potentially.
Oh, no.
Fred Durst and the Biscuits.
Well, John's showing up for this fucking game, by the way.
I know. Isn't it awesome? How cool is that? Not only did this guy... So, again, we got to tell you about John. Right? Because not only did this guy... I met him at the brewery. Not only was he like, yeah, awesome, you know, try our beer. Not only was he like, I want to check you guys out. They played D&D for a few years. That's why their company logo is the D20, because he said that they played Pathfinder for maybe 3 years or something. 2 or 3 years.
Look at the similarity of this. It's like meant to be. I think we need to have a partnership.
This is what I'm saying. I think we need to run some Invictus at their brewery.
If they fucking want, I will run some Pathfinder for them.
I would run... Well, I want to be involved as well. This is the thing.
No, when I say them, I mean us and them.
Good, because this is the ordered intermingling of the river and the stream.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Everyone knows that reference. But yeah, I asked him. He was like, yeah, we've played Pathfinder for like 3 years. He's the GM, I'm pretty sure, John said. So he's the one that was GMing from... Yeah. He mentioned that the brewery is just... I think he said it was started by the 4 of them. 4 friends. I looked on their website, and there were 5 people that worked there. So I think the 4 of them must have started it. I don't know. I don't want to impede or imply.
I have in a home game of Pathfinder that I've been playing for a while now. I have a level 11 druid, and god damn, Pathfinder is crunchy for a divine spellcaster.
Yeah, we're a very non-crunchy stream because we go for the entertainment value.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna call it for the mid-game post because Megan named all 4 of them.
What? No, not Thomas though. That's wrong.
What is it?
I'm so sorry. It is Thomas. Megan.
Yeah, she didn't. Gregory, Elizabeth, Rosie, and Thomas. Yeah, Megan.
I deserve a punch, a spank. Probably a punch, right? A spank.
Megan, Harlan will collect a spank from you at your soonest convenient.
Whenever it's convenient for you.
Nicely done.
One spank.
Nicely done. We also have Zia. Who else? Bjorn. Yeah, we got some correct answers, but Megan came up and she just did like the parallel park without even looking. She no-scoped it. So good job, Megan.
Yeah, very good job, Megan. Megan's always impressive though with all that kind of stuff.
Yep, she is.
But yeah, I'm thinking we could work out an Invictus brew. What do you think?
Well, I don't want to chomp Chronicles style at all.
I don't either, Could you imagine?
Don't
How
do
cool
that.
would that be?
Bad audio.
Is that bad audio?
Pretty bad audio.
We're not great at audio. We're not professional. The spooky streams consist of 90% burps.
But you know what? I sometimes coordinate events with Toronto area gamers, and we had an event at a brewery a couple of months ago that went down like gangbusters. There was, I think, 4 tables playing, and they allowed us to use the event space that they have that's like literally in and amongst the brewing vats, these giant silver containers. So that's what I fucking told awesome.
I said that tag Toronto Area Gamers is doing the games now at the brewery. What is it? Junction Brewery?
Junction Brewery, yeah.
I thought so. I forgot the name at the time, but yeah, they're running games there. I mean, they have a front end. It's a bit smaller, but they have like picnic tables, and they have a popcorn machine and like a Nintendo 64, and they got like a beer fridge. And I was saying, I was like, people drink. Like you can't count on people to eat when they're playing all the time. I think that's why Whitlock sort of was such a downhill option, because it's tough to sell food to people.
Well, you don't want to get your dice and your character sheets sticky.
Exactly, but drinking is always an option. The only thing I would switch is I wouldn't do on a Sunday. That was a big problem too, because you don't want to get drunk on a Sunday. But Saturday fucking night, hells yeah, give me some beers, yo.
So cute. So that's gonna be fun. Watch out for that in the future. John said let's chat, so whatever. John, call me. Call me. Wicked. So good job, Megan. What else do we have to talk about? Justin, okay, so just for transparency, Justin has a migraine right now, so we're giving him some lie down time.
Just a minute, not like 20.
Just
Although our mid games have been pretty long before. We have tons to talk about. Let's talk about Fan Expo, which is coming up. So far, Carly is the only one that I know that's coming. Ladies and gentlemen, so here's what's coming up in the next few weeks of Invictus life. Or not the next few weeks, but at the beginning of September, August 31st, September 1st, and September 2nd, is Fan Expo in Toronto. It is going to have a plethora of fantastic guests. I think Michael J. Fox is coming, which is really cool.
Cool.
Yeah, he's neat.
Almost as famous as us.
He's getting there. But there's Fan Expo is an awesome convention with celebrities and board games and gaming and just a ton of really awesome stuff. So it is happening that weekend. Joe and myself are going to be running a number of games. Joe is managing the Adventurers League series of tables, which is going to encompass sort of a whole myriad of different level games. So if you're interested in starting a D&D character, come out to Fan Expo in Toronto.
The Adventurers League rules have actually changed for season 8 that they just released, which is really interesting because now you can play outside of your tier. So the tier system in Adventurers League is like if you have a character that's levels 1 through 4, you're tier 1. If you have a character that's levels 5 through 10, you're tier 2, etc. It's like divided into 4 tiers for levels 1 through 20. You used to not be able to play outside of your tier. All of the modules that Adventurers League runs are categorized for their difficulty based on their tier level, and then or vice versa, what I just said. But now you can play outside of your tier for a penalty. So you can play a tier 2 game if you're a tier 1 character and all that stuff. So the world just got a lot more open and inclusive. That's exciting. I will be manning the table basically the entire con. So come and say hello, get hugs, get kisses.
Well, maybe not kisses.
Probably not kisses. Please wear deodorant.
I'll also be hanging out there probably too when I'm not running the games because, you know, I don't want to leave Joe bored alone, and I'm entertaining as shit. So
not as shit. I'm going to be running games too, so just sign up.
I'm talking about between those times. But whatever the case being, if you're also looking to play some Call of Cthulhu or some End of the World or anything like that, all you have to do is sign up for one of my games, which again is happening at Fan Expo, and we can play together and hang out. So if you're sort of considering whether or not you want to come to Fan Expo in Toronto, you definitely should. It's going to be a lot of fun. The week after, as Joe mentioned at the beginning, we're also going to Buffalo, New York for Queen City Conquest, which is a convention, a sort of a small convention. I'm going to be running some games. Joe's going to be running some games, and we are doing a meetup with all the broodlings who want to come out to Buffalo, New York to hang out with us. So if you are debating, I think you should do this. This is going to be one of the first times that we ever meet broodlings face to face. The only other broodling that we've met is Godpool when he came to Toronto. Actually, that's not true. We met Jeff as well through Tag, but Jeff didn't know us before he met us. So anyone who wants to come to Buffalo, he knew us after he met us. So I think you should come to Buffalo because it'd be really cool. So far we have 6 people that we are meeting. 6 of you have confirmed, and that's really, really exciting. So, and that is it from us. Justin is back from his migraine power nap. How you feeling, bud?
My head is it's like a dull ache, and all of you guys look like Picassos.
Nice.
So it's that bad, eh?
Yeah, it's like one of those like lightning bolt kind of streak things.
Oof.
Vision impairing sort of thing.
That's
I'll just Dustin's gonna play with his eyes closed.
Yeah, do it. Just
Whole
roll
time.
into your character, pretend you're really scared or something like that.
I'm
Luckily,
so scared,
Mal's the kind of
Michael.
guy that can carry the weight of the team.
Speaking of which, let's get back into it. So Mal, you just foolhardily opened the door of a bedroom to the west, and you
Hold on.
saw.
Let's just do a sound effect before we get back in, because if I ever convert to audio, it's so much easier to listen for the sound effect to bring us back in. So, without further ado, we're heading back to Frightmares Death House Part 2.
So Mal, you just foolhardily opened the door to a bedroom that is toward the west. You saw a spectral figure hovering above the bed.
And then I shut the door again.
And then you shut the door again.
And I turned to the other two and I'm like, did you see that too?
See what? Another bedroom?
And I opened the door again just for a second.
Oh my god!
And then I
There is-
shut it again.
This like gaunt specter, a female with like long fingernails in this like shredded, blood-stained dress, just like hovering above the bed. She's just in the exact same position that she was when you'd opened the door the first time.
For some reason, I pictured Ghostbusters, where like I don't remember the scene, but I think he opens the door and she's like, "Are you the keymaster?" And he's like, "No," and then she just shuts it right away.
Mm-hmm.
And then she opens it again. "Are you the keymaster?" And he's like,
Oh, yeah, when she's
"Yes." And then
possessed.
he enters. Yeah, that's right. I'm kind of picturing that type of feel where I'm just like, and then shut it again.
Yeah.
What do we do?
Well, it knows we're here now.
I don't know.
First and foremost, I'm gonna roll to see if the face of that woman is similar to the one we saw on the TV.
Great idea.
It is a 6, depending on what skill this is.
I will say maybe an insight check. Russell.
8.
8! You don't recognize her.
Well, that's only because Mal is drunk from the beer he drank. So he shuts the door and he turns to the other two and says, "Was that the woman on the TV?"
I don't know
What?
about the TV.
I don't know.
What about the portrait in the bedroom? The master bedroom. Was it the same?
"Oh, good call. Go check." And I hold the door like it's going to make a difference.
Wait, hold on. And I go back into the camera and the footage.
Perfect.
And scroll back until I see when we're in the bedroom. Is there
Mhm.
footage of that?
Yeah, everyone's like moving fast in reverse, kind of in a hilarious way, like getting scared, getting unscared, and you see the portrait of the Dursts in the bedroom across the way, and the ghost does not resemble Elizabeth necessarily. No.
So it must be Rosie then.
She is pretty gaunt, though.
Okay. So I'm like holding the door again like it would make a difference, which it obviously wouldn't. And I'm just like, I guess we should try to interact with it.
Yeah. Hopefully, we can keep
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. Okay. Just tell me when we're on.
Oh yeah, we're on. We're on right now.
Behind this door is a specter. What you're about to see might seem fake or scripted, but I promise you, it's not.
Sorry, you do that one again, but like tone down the not.
Let me try one more time.
Yeah.
What you're about to see behind this door isn't fake or scripted. It might seem like it, but it is not. And he opens the door.
The specter is directly outside of the door.
Oh God!
A foot away from you.
Hi.
She has flesh kind of peeling away from her face, and
I'm like,
terrible,
Mal's like closing his eyes.
Terrible wounds on her torso. It seems like, roll a medicine check for me.
Sure. Mal's like, he went to medical school before he failed miserably and dropped out. 12 plus -2, so 10.
She's definitely suffered some kind of wounds to her torso, as there are tears in her dress, and it seems like blood has seeped from these wounds onto her spectral dress.
Okay. Ma'am.
She's like standing like this.
Okay.
And slowly like floating towards you across the inches of space that separate the two of you.
He's like trying to keep his like eyes shut, but also like give her space. Okay.
Come on, Mal, say something.
Yeah. We mean you no harm, ma'am. Okay. Rosie.
And she like her head like whips towards you.
Does she look maybe 10 to 12?
No way. She looks like 30.
Okay. My name is Mal Crawford, and I'm here to help you, ma'am. What's your name? I'm gonna
roll persuasion.
I was gonna say. I'm gonna take one of the XP to roll advantage.
Yes, please roll 2d20.
I will take one from Megan. Thank you
Zia
so much,
said
Megan.
Offer her a Snickers. I love you, Zia.
Oh, if she's hungry, then that will cheer her up. Oh, 8 and 9. Go fuck yourself, dice. Plus persuasion. I mean, this has to be my only good skill, right?
You do tend to roll charisma-based characters.
12.
12? And you said, like, what's your name?
I just said, we're here to help. What's your name?
She, like, phases toward you, and she puts her hands ghostly on both sides of Mal's face. And, like, moves her face to, like, be directly in front of your face, and you see like the dead sockets of her eyes look directly into your eyes, and you're gonna take some damage.
Oh no!
Yeah, unfortunately, she's just gonna look at you with this like ghastly visage. I don't think we talked about hit points or anything along those lines. But you're
kill her for me.
I'll say you have like a quarter of your hit points gone at this point. And you smell this like stinking rot come out of her face, and she like does this like rattly inhale, and she lets go of your face, and she sort of like drifts back toward the bed, and then she points at the wall.
And I turn towards the camera and I say, I feel like a quarter of my life has just been taken. But on Frightmares, we don't give up that easily. And he walks into the room. Film everything.
This visage is still like floating like aggressively, like her dress is like billowing out behind her. Her hair is like flying back from her face. The blood seems to somehow be like constantly dripping from these wounds on her torso. And she's actually just pointing at the wall across from the bed.
And Mal sort of walks in the room with his hand out. He's like, I think we got off on the wrong foot. we want to help you. I want to look at, and as I'm talking this, I'm going to look at that wall that she's pointing to. I'm just going to do perception roll.
Yeah.
With a 6. Oh my fucking fuck. 11, I think.
11?
Yeah.
You see there is a large wardrobe and a full-length mirror in which her reflection is not visible.
Ah, okay. So I can say, and I walk towards the mirror and I like point at it, and I'm like, "We want to help you." And I pull like a bit of like bloody flesh from my neck from where she squeezed me. We want to help you. My name is Mal. And I walk towards the mirror and I like point. I'm like, we can work together. What's your name?
She just like points. It's like accusingly almost.
And I'm like, fine. And I like touch the mirror. Dun, 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 dun.
Nothing happens.
Exactly. Dummy. And I lift the mirror
starts
off the
floating
wall,
toward you again.
and I take the mirror off the wall. I'm like, what do you want me to do?
As you take the mirror off the wall, you realize that there is a hairline crack in the wall behind the mirror.
Yeah, I figure, but I'm like totally not paying attention to it. And I take the mirror off. I'm like,
she
Mal,
like
Mal,
floats
behind
off of the bed and like moves toward you like.
and I like hold the mirror up, and like her head comes through it.
Yeah, she just
Oh my God.
gazes through the mirror and touches you again. She just like
And I, like,
caresses your face.
Turn away, and I see the thing, and I'm like, oh, the crack. The crack?
And you take another quarter damage, so you are at half health.
Bitch!
Are you okay, Mal?
No,
Getting all of
I feel
us.
like I'm dying so painfully here.
Amanda's like, this is amazing. Oh my god. This is a specter.
Doesn't feel very good. It really hurts, actually.
Mike Kyle said he would spend XP to heal me.
Mike, Kyle. That's amazing.
All
How do
right.
you want me to do that?
To heal you, like roll a 1d4, and that counts as quarters of your life healed. Why not?
Okay.
Thank you, Mike Kyle.
Thank you,
Using
Mike
your
Kyle.
XP in a beautiful way.
Dope. 1, 2, 3,
Beautiful
4.
way.
Dope, 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 dope,
I
dope.
just gave myself 10 points. And then I
Let's
gave-
go with 8, because that divides into quarters nicely.
Okay. So that means I'm healed back up to full.
Because you rolled a what?
1d4. I rolled 4.
Fucking hell. So you're back to max. Hi, kitty.
As Joe kicks herself. So I'm like, I look and I like throw the mirror down. I'm like, okay, fine. Fine. And I walk over to the crack and I'm like, listen, I want to help you. Stop choking me. It really hurts. And I work over the crack and I like start feeling it.
Yeah, as soon as you recognize that this crack may be suspicious in some way, as you touch it with your fingers, you're able to like peel off plaster, and you realize that there is like a doorway here that has been plastered over.
Okay, and I like start tearing it off and I like reveal it and I'm like, okay, to the woman.
And she's just floating there with like an accusing look on her face.
Be mad at me. I'm trying to work with you. Peace. Peace. Dustin, what's the peace sign?
I don't remember.
It's
Right.
like this, guys.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, you would
peace.
know.
Are you like fucking 50 years old or what?
Hey.
We're still rolling, guys.
Sorry.
Peace. And I go to the door and I'm like, this door, and I open it. Ooh.
So I should say there is a door that leads out of this room. The one that leads to the like top of the stairs room that like what did I call it before?
Landing?
The landing, thank you. So there is a door that leads back out to the landing, which is the one that Dustin and Amanda are standing in, filming you and all of your interactions with this specter. There is also a door that leads to the north that is yet unopened, that is directly coming from this room.
Yeah.
And then there is this door that Mal has just opened, which reveals a musty staircase. And as you open the door, a breath of cold air assaults your nostrils,
Ooh.
coming down from this staircase.
Are you going to reveal that on the map, which I just opened?
I have done.
Oh, perfect. Oh, so that's like basically right next to the entrance then.
Which entrance?
The entrance to this room.
Yeah, so you revealed a door right here, which I just give you a ping on the map, but it is to the west of the entryway.
Okay, and I turn back to the woman. What kind of garb is she wearing? Like 90s garb?
Yeah, so she's got kind of like a simple smock or plain dress on that has been ripped to tatters in the torso area and is covered in blood.
Okay, so I'm like, I look at her one more time, I'm like, listen, I want to help you. Don't choke me anymore. I don't like the choking. Please. I'm going to try another charisma roll. Because
What do you want from her?
I don't want her to keep choking me.
You want to persuade her to be your friend?
Yeah, I guess. Okay. I mean, my logic is she's pointing us towards like something she wants done. So she's asking something of us. And my hope is that I'm trying to communicate that she can ask something of us without pressuring us by killing us.
So roll to persuade.
I'm going to try. Why did I roll 2 die? Oh, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ugh.
She just kind of hovers in a menacing fashion.
Fine. But you're why I think ghosts are bitches. And I turn to the guys outside and I'm like, I've revealed a secret passage leading up towards the attack. What? How do you say that again? The thing that's above?
The attic.
The attic. Okay. Nice lean back.
You found it?
I've revealed a secret passage that reveals towards the attic.
It's attic.
Okay, one more time. The attic has been revealed. Let's go. All right, let's go. This specter's freaking me out. And like Mal like hugs the wall as he goes up towards the attic.
Lovely.
Dustin follows, taking a wide berth around the specter. Trying to get a good shot of it too, though.
She looks accusingly at the three of us as we enter the room and go up the stairs. As Mal, Dustin, and Amanda move through the room with a specter, we hear the sound of a baby crying.
From where?
It's hard to tell. Why don't you roll perception?
I will do this.
I will do the thing.
Does it sound like a boy baby or a girl baby?
Well, you know, babies do have a distinct gendered voice.
Of course they do. 15.
It's coming from behind you. As we move through the room toward the secret passageway. Yes.
I look behind me as I walk into the next room to see if I can see anything there.
There is a closed door.
Oh. And it sounds like the baby's voice is coming from there?
Yes. So as you move through the room towards the entrance to the attic that was revealed by Mal, you hear the sound of a baby crying through the door in this room that has yet been unopened.
Whoa,
Mal's
Mal,
just like
Mal,
frozen to the wall.
Hold on, I think I hear a baby crying.
Me too.
maybe we should check that out before we go up the stairs. If you don't mind, miss.
It doesn't sound like it's coming from the stairs.
No, it's coming from the unopened door.
Fuck. I turned to Dustin. I'm like, that specter seems pretty pissed off, and she keeps choking me.
Yeah, but it's a baby. I mean, if there's a baby in there, we should help it. Or
why don't you try talking to her? Because I don't want to be choked anymore.
I can't talk to her, Mal. Mal, you're the host of this show. I'm not the one to be doing the talking. You've got to be in the camera shot. I can't do it. I can't do it myself. You're the only one with the talent. With the talent to portray a genuine level of engagement with the audience.
You're the host of the show, Mal. This is your job.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I can do this. This is me. This is Mal's time. Mal talks to spirits. Maybe they were fake before, but tonight they're real. I can do this. I was born to do this. I can do this.
Yeah, you can do this.
I can do this. I can do this. Call me daddy. Call me daddy, both of you. Come on.
No, I won't be doing that.
Dustin, call me daddy.
No, I think you can do it without.
Just I can do it.
You're not. Daddy. You're not my daddy, though.
Oh, but I think I'll get there emotionally.
Mal, just do your job.
Fine. And he walks right up to Dustin. Just go real quick. Something in my ear. Just say something.
Daddy. Now go. Now come on.
And he walks past, like, more amped than he's ever been. And he walks back out to the room. Listen, Spectre. We need to deal with this crying baby first and foremost. And if you don't accept that, I understand. But you can choke me all you want. We have to do what's right for the audience.
That was persuasion?
I guess.
Just say what you're doing.
That's what I'm saying, what I'm doing. I talk to the Spectre.
The Spectre listens.
And I say that to her. And then I walk towards the crying baby door.
And she does nothing.
Perfect. And I open it.
You see a small room with a dark curtain around a piece of furniture on the far north side. There is a crying sound coming from this crib behind this shroud. A baby wailing.
And Mal enters the room with like an outstretched hand, very cautiously, and he like slowly approaches the shroud, waiting for Dustin and Amanda to join him.
And you see Amanda like looking around the side of the door, very Scooby-Doo.
And Justin's beside her with the camera, giving him a thumbs up.
Is Justin there?
Justin's here
Justin
too.
There?
Oh, what? Yeah. Justin's there with giving a thumbs up. Have a migraine, okay?
And you hear it. I'm gonna do it quietly for Justin's benefit. Baby crying.
And I'm like, and Dustin's like, or Mal's like stopping just before it, and he like turns back towards the other two, and they're like, oh, that's a weird noise. And I slowly pull the curtain back.
You see a tightly wrapped, baby-sized bundle of fabric lying in the crib. And the squalling stops.
And I reach down for the bundle.
Hold on, I'm zooming in.
You pick it up.
I guess.
Yeah.
Soothe the baby.
A bundle of blankets.
And I begin rocking it. I like turn towards the camera to make sure they get my good angle.
Nothing happens. You're holding a bundle.
Is there a baby in there?
It is empty.
Okay. I drop it. I'm going to do perception in this room.
Yeah, what is this room? I say as I
The
start
nursery, I'm assuming?
panning the camera.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
This room is indeed a nursery. As your eyes travel over the walls, you recognize peeling vestiges of circus-themed wallpaper. The crib is old, cobwebbed, mildewy, and with your 20 perception, I will say that it occurs to you that the room being adjoining to the room that you were just in previously, maybe this specter is a nursemaid of some kind?
So maybe she took care of Rosie and Thomas. Interesting. Okay. And there's nothing else I see in this room?
Nope.
So let's open the door to the west.
The door to the west? That is a window, actually, that's been bricked up. And the double doors in the nursemaid's room are similar to the one that you saw in the master bedroom, i.e. these are patio doors, so that would be a balcony that you are unable to gain access to.
Got it. Okay. So I exit the room. I turn to Dustin and Amanda, who are still like Scooby-Dooing the corner, and I'm like, I think this was the nursemaid. And I walk past them and I turn towards the specter for the third stupid time. And I hold my hand out and I say, I believe you were tasked with taking care of these children, Rosie and Thomas. And I think you loved them, and I think you cared for them. And I want you to know that we are going to help, and we are going to avenge whatever happened to you and them. And I'm going to roll persuasion one last time.
You don't have to. As you finish your speech, she drops her hands from the accusing point that she has been holding and vanishes.
Oh, fuck yeah. And I turn around saying that exactly. Fuck yeah, Amanda, high fives.
Yeah, high fives.
Whap whap. Dustin.
How'd you do that?
Whap whap. Well, I noticed that she was probably the nursemaid, and I told her that. It's just skill. You gotta do this as long as I have. Alright, let's go upstairs and find out what the fuck's in the attic. But maybe we should check this room first.
Did you already do a bit of a look around?
Well, we didn't really do an investigate because she was sort of in the room.
To the nursemaid's suite.
Yeah.
You take a look. The bedroom contains a large bed. There are 2 end tables, a wardrobe, the mirror that you moved. If you open the wardrobe, it is empty.
Okay.
Not too much.
All right. So yeah, no sense in dwelling on this. Then I turn to Dustin and I said, I think the real mystery is upstairs in the attack. Let's go. And Mal starts making his way upstairs to the attic.
As you make your way upstairs, and courtesy of Colin Burkhart's spent XP, you hear a sound coming from the ceiling of this staircase. And as the 3 of us look up, we see in the gloom something moving on the ceiling. There's like a scrabbling noise and movement, and a pale figure, cat-sized and leaking fluid, like moves like terrifyingly fast along the ceiling of this room. Like its face turns down from where it was looking forward at you, and its eyes are glowing in the dark, and it makes a terrible sound and drops from the ceiling, and Amanda screams.
Oh, God!
And Mal screams, Jesus fucking Christ!
And then it vanishes.
Did you film my reaction? You didn't get that, did you?
The fuck was that?
I don't know, a boogeyman?
don't know.
Jesus.
But I think it's time that we should figure out a way out of here.
Yeah? You think?
Well, I mean, we've got some good footage. It's not all deleted.
The house is bricked up.
We just have to keep going.
That's
We have
right.
to keep going. We
That's
talked to
right.
the nursemaid, and then she left us alone. And I think we just have to talk to the house. We just have to talk to this house, and
It's like being eaten by a bear. You just lie down and you accept it.
No, you talk to the bear. You ask it if you maybe can just give it your granola bars.
Well, you and I have experienced different bear attacks because my dad died from a polar bear. And he said before he died, you just let it eat you. And that was probably a bad idea because he died.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm scared.
Listen, guys. We've made it this far. We've survived an attack by a taxidermy deer, vicious Roomba, and you solved the mystery of the housemaid. You helped her find peace, right?
Yeah, no, he's right. Mal, he's right. And Amanda puts her hand on Mal's shoulder as we stand in this stairwell. No, it's okay. He's right. We can do this. We can do this. This is our fucking wheelhouse. You know what, Mal?
Yeah.
If there's someone who can do this, it's us. We have the technology.
Yeah.
We have the team. We
Yeah.
have weapons.
Yeah.
And we have the knowledge.
And we got the Comblobablator.
Yeah, we even have that.
You brought the Comblobablator?
I bought the Comblobablator. I didn't
my
want to
God.
because it's $1,000 extra, but I brought it. The Comblobablator.
What does it look like?
It's sort of like a popsicle with a, like, it's sort of like cold, but it doesn't melt. It's just constant, like this, like sort of steam coming off it, and like a big lollipop top at the top, and then like one big blinking red light is sort of stuck into the top of it, and there's two arms sticking out either way that sort of jiggle when it moves.
What does it do?
You'll see when the time comes. Isn't that right, Dustin?
Yeah. And yeah, you gotta watch this. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for you to see the
It's worth all of
Comblobablator.
the things we did.
$1,000 on Kijiji, right?
eBay.
eBay? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, Amanda, it's amazing. But either way, like I've got some tape left. We might as well roll this. After you, Mal. Mal, if you want to explain where we're going.
Okay, let me just get it again. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we've ended the mystery of the nursemaid ghost specter. And now there's an attic above us that needs our help. Join us as we investigate what's in the attic. Frightmares Death House Part 2. Fuck you, let's go. And I turn around and start walking up the stairs.
Watch your step.
There is a door at the top of the landing.
We should turn back.
Come on, no, just open the door.
Yeah, open it, Mal.
I'll open it.
You do. There is a oddly shaped landing with a couple of doors. I will hide one of these doors because it is not visible. Wink. We see a door to the south and two doors to the west. I hope that is visible to you. And essentially, that's it. It's really kind of strangely unadorned. There are no images on the walls. There's no decorative furniture.
Well, I mean, this was an attic that was sealed off.
Yes. So this is like an unused area of the house.
So I turn to the other guys and I like motion for Dustin to put down the camera. I'm like, all right, guys, look, we're locked in this fucking house. We know that this family never left here alive. The nursemaid was brutally murdered. She had blood stains and stab wounds all over her torso. Let's be real for a second here. This area was blocked off. We shouldn't be up here. Let's be smart. And let's film everything.
Okay. Okay.
Rolling.
Where do we go first, Mel?
We're going to check each and every one of these doors. This area of the house has been sealed off for possibly 100,000 years. We're going to look behind each one of these doors and find out exactly what mysteries are held behind the walls of Death House. And I walk to the door opposite this one and open it.
The door opposite this one is a window, which is bricked up.
Well, now you know. We can't get out either.
There's a kind of hallway leading to the north, at the end of which there is a south and a west door.
I'll take the east door. Oh, sorry, a south and a west door?
Sorry, east and a west door.
I was going to say, I'll take the east door.
Great. You do. It opens on creaky hinges.
Whoa.
And
I need that sound again. That's System of a Down type shit.
You find a spare bedroom, it seems. There is a web-filled room beyond that contains a slender bed, a nightstand, a rocking chair, and a wardrobe.
Slender bed?
It is a slender bed. A slender bed.
A slender bed. Why is there a third bed? We knew they had 2 kids, Rosie and Thomas. Was there a third child we didn't know about? Why keep them in the attic? I'm going to roll perception in this room.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll with a 17.
You cast around and notice nothing out of the ordinary. You check the wardrobe. It is empty. The nightside table is also empty. It seems like, in contrast to the rest of the house, which you have noticed is kind of in a state of upheaval. There's like old food in the kitchen. There's old clothes in the closets. This is a pretty empty room.
Does it look like it was meant for a child or a human?
It's meant for a human.
Or an adult.
Yeah, it's a single bed, but you know, all the furnishings suggest maturity.
Okay. So
Hey, what about that?
Would be?
What about that scene on the floor or on the ceiling of the room downstairs? That was one floor down, right?
That's right.
Justin, I would like to give you inspiration.
Why?
Because that's a really great recognition to have brought forward at this point.
Well, I was saving that one.
Okay. Sorry.
I want half that inspiration. I deserve half of it for not saying it.
Justin, anytime you want, you can roll 2 d20s instead of 1 d20 for the remainder of the game. Just one time.
So inspired.
Yep.
Sick.
You have to state that you're using it before you want to use it.
Can I, based on the location of where we are in the house, surmise where that stain would have been? Like, would have been in this room or would have been in the next room?
You can with a roll. I will say I would like you to either roll survival or insight.
I rolled a 3.
Whichever.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it comes from the floor that you're on, and that's all you know.
Yeah. If we can find that spot, we might find evidence of who this bed might have belonged to.
With
look on the floor, and is there any stain?
Yeah, I was gonna carry over your. Did you say a 20 from before, or 17? With your 17, you do not notice any stain in this room. Nothing that would have caused that.
You may be onto something, Dustin. I think it was definitely on this side of the house. And I exit into the hallway, and I begin sort of just eyeing the wall.
Why don't you roll perception?
I will. I'll roll the most perception. Oh no. That's not a good perception.
You roll the least perception?
Well, not the absolute least, but it was really low.
What did you roll?
A 2. I'm sorry, people. So 7.
A 7 total?
I am looking for something specific. Can
What
I
are you
get
looking
advantage
for?
for that? Well, I'm like, I know there's a stain on the wall.
Maybe if
or
you
on the
ask the
ceiling.
community.
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 Hello.
I need some help here.
I need some help.
Because I will say, with a 7, you recognize that the sounds that you
Okay.
heard, the
Well,
chanting that you heard, the voices, you can still hear them very softly.
Megan said she would give 8. I've used 1 XP so far. I'm going to use Megan's second to reroll with
All
a
right.
7. At least it's not terrible. So it's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay. With a 12 and a couple of minutes of searching, you recognize a similar quality of plaster on a part of the wall that is on the what's it side? The eastern side.
East. Yeah. And I sort of run my hands along it.
Yeah. So you uncover a bricked up doorway.
And I crumble away the plaster.
Yeah, so as you pull the plaster away from the wall, there are like bricks.
Well, there are bricks here. Someone sealed off this doorway. Why?
I don't know.
What did I end up taking from that storeroom? Rope?
You took a chisel and a hammer for that tile work.
Guess what? I'm going to use that shit
All right.
right now. And I'm going to go, I think the answers to all of our questions are behind this wall.
Roll athletics for me. Let's see how long it takes you to get a couple bricks out.
Mal is everything but athletic. Just like Harlan.
That's fun. Probably also not Arcana, I would imagine, just based on the setting.
12.
Okay.
Arcana.
So it takes you some doing, but after a couple of minutes, you manage to make a sizable hole through this doorway. And after the first few bricks, you realize that there is a room beyond these bricks. And a couple minutes go by, you're like, getting sweaty, like chiseling away at the mortar.
As I'm doing it, I'm like looking at the others like, you guys don't have to help. Don't worry about it.
Well, I'm getting some of this.
Amanda's like sitting by, like down, like beside you, sort of. She like unwraps the power bar and like she's eating.
Oh, you got another one of those?
Yeah, she has a Luna bar. Did you want another one?
Yeah.
Luna Bar is taking such a beating in this.
No, it's we're advertising. We all have a Luna bar.
A Luna
like-
Bar and Chronicle beer.
That's right.
Um.
So as you knock through this door, you're able to chisel out a hole that's like easily squirm throughable, I will say. And beyond is darkness.
All right, guys.
Good job, Mal.
Yeah, thanks for the help. Something died in this room. It died so recently that the blood was still wet when it died to drip through the floor. It's not like it was killed somewhere else and moved into this room. I think we need to figure out what the hell died behind there, and I think we need to go in there to find it out. I'm willing to go. Is anyone willing to go with me?
Yeah, I'll come with you.
I'll film from the door.
I think, Amanda, you should go first.
What? Okay.
Well,
Oh, all right. Yeah, no, you did all the work,
I just
so
mean
that's
you're
fine.
you're not a main cast member. You know.
Sure. Amanda like shrugs out of her backpack and leaves it on the ground outside of the door, and she like kind of like hops through and gets stuck and like squirms through, and she's like, "Oh, it's really dark in here."
It'll be okay. And I turn
hold
on
the
my
light.
phone light and I hand it through to her.
And she like picks it up and casts it around
Here you go.
the room.
Take this into the room with you.
And Amanda's like, oh my God. You have to see this.
And I climb through as well, and I stand up, and I take the phone from her, and I'll do a perception check.
Sure.
With a 15.
Dustin, are you trying to illuminate the scene and catch it on camera, or are you just watching us as we go into this room?
Oh no, I'm trying to get this.
So you like have the camera sort of pointed through the
front of the-
hole.
Yeah.
Mal and Amanda are standing in the middle of a room, standing around two small skeletons. They are lying on the floor in the middle of the room, and they are holding each other. They are mostly decomposed bodies, skins stretched tightly over skulls and arm bones. Their clothes are decomposing. As far as the other details of the room, we are looking at two dusty wood frame beds that are twin size. There's a toy chest. There's flaking wallpaper. Everything is covered in cobwebs. There's one window in this room that has been nailed shut with boards. Yep, it's not a great scene.
Wow. And Mal sort of takes a step back. Wow. I don't understand. And he sort of like motions for Dustin to stop filming him. Like he's like, "Got this for a second." And he kind of crouches by the hole, and beckons Amanda over.
Yeah, Amanda follows.
Okay, let's talk for a second. These kids, these are two kids that died here. Is that Rosie and Thomas, do we think? And I look over. Does one of them maybe look like it could be 10 or 12?
Yeah, there's a larger skeleton and a smaller skeleton.
And they're just holding each other, and they're... So okay, we haven't checked out why. Okay, so looks over to them and then back to the two and says, I don't understand. These kids were kept up here or brought up here, killed, and then this room was bricked up like some sort of mistake. The parents, though, I mean, they must have known about this. How could they just pretend this never existed? I mean, this breaking a wall up takes time.
And they were said to have all gone on a family vacation. That's what the community thought had happened, right? So, I mean, clearly they didn't go on vacation. We have two bodies here. I'm sorry, in this room.
No, it's okay.
You think one of the parents might have done it? I say from behind the brick wall.
Yeah. That nursemaid pointed us up here. She wanted us to find this specifically, which means she also saw this as an injustice. This isn't just about getting out of here alive now. This is about righting the wrongful deaths of two innocent children who trusted someone they shouldn't have, whether it be their parent or someone else. We need to find out exactly what that means. And I stand up, and there's two other objects in the room. Is it a chest and a...
In the room, there is a toy chest and some beds.
And I'm going to look through everything.
And a dollhouse.
I'll look through the chest.
Okay.
Just to sort of see if I can get anything to illuminate the situation. I'll do investigation roll with nothing good, a 9.
Nothing in the toy box catches your eye, but the dollhouse actually seems to be calling to you.
Oh, I answered the call. Hello.
Hello, dollhouse.
On my way, dollhouse.
I'll be right there. Give me 1 second.
Do you have a pool?
As Dustin's camera light illuminates you going through this dusty, mildewy toy chest, sees you lose interest and catch your attention across the room, he pans the camera to show you approaching this house. Mal, you realize after a second or two that this is an exact replica of the house in which we are standing. Simultaneous to that realization, you hear a click coming from somewhere in the house, and a spirit rises from the bones in the center of the room. Sorry?
I was gonna do perception on the mansion first and foremost, the dollhouse.
So maybe your back is to the bones and you don't realize that there is a ghost rising from these bodies.
I'm fine with that. I'm gonna take a perception on the house, the dollhouse.
Yes.
And I'm gonna take one of Megan's XP.
Wonderful.
That's
so
3 I've borrowed so far.
Yes, I hope Megan is okay with this.
I'm sure she is. 13. A perception?
Yeah.
So 18.
You realize by lifting the roof off of the dollhouse and looking at it that there is actually a staircase that winds down from the top floor on which we're standing that drills down through these 4 stories into a basement level.
I knew it. I was going to say that's exactly why I wanted to look. Okay, but I totally avoid the spirit rising behind me as Dustin must be filming in.
Yeah, so Dustin, and I think maybe Amanda is also standing beside the doorway, and she's just like, oh my god. Oh my god. Mal? Mal, turn around.
Just like this picture.
And there is a little boy. A little boy's ghost rises from these 2 skeletons. And he looks around and goes, where am I? And I want everyone to make an Arcana check.
Yeah, and Mal hears that little voice and turns around, swiping the sword at its face. No, I'm just kidding. A natural 20!
Look at you!
3.
Oh, I did a 1.
I did a natural 20, so I figured it out.
Amanda did the worst. This is because we're not actually using the abilities, we're just using the skills of D&D. This is kind of a save. So the ghost turns and looks at Amanda, who's cowering beside the door, and he rushes towards her, and the ghost goes into Amanda's body, and she starts having a seizure. Her eyes roll back in her head, and she falls down on the floor, and her limbs are flailing for just a minute. She's knocking the heels of her shoes against the floorboards.
And Mal dives onto her.
And does what?
Helps her, tries to stop her from having a seizure.
So you hold her shoulders down as she's thrashing around in the
down,
dust.
And he's like, leave her, buddy. We're here to help.
And
he's like, get out of this body. Slap. Leave this corpse.
She
Slap.
just
Amanda's innocent. Slap.
She sits up straight, and her eyes have this faraway look. And then she just starts crying.
And Mal holds her and hugs her and holds the back of her neck. He's like, it's okay. It's all right. Are you Amanda still?
She stops crying, and then she bites you. She bites you so hard in your side here. She takes a chunk of skin and rips it off of your trapezoid. Is that what that's called?
No.
You have blood coming down.
I
and
pull back as bits of sinew are like still clinging from her mouth.
She's like chewing a big mouthful,
like rolling around the floor, like blood gushing everywhere. He's like, fuck!
And she starts climbing towards you. She's like,
and I'm gonna like fucking right hook her in the face with just like a knockout punch if I can with a 17.
okay, a 17. Well,
nothing.
I mean, we're doing wushu when you're fighting, right? So.
Oh, sorry. So I'll do it. So basically, I crawl back, blood flying everywhere.
And she's like scrabbling after you on the floor.
And like for a moment, I like play scared, so she gets close enough to throw a mean right hook rather than swing at nothing. Mal's smart enough to like wait for the moment and then swing. So I'm gonna give myself 2, maybe.
Yeah, roll 3.
3? Okay. Fucking clock this bitch. Oh, 4, 6, and 6.
Yeah, no, you miss, and she climbs on top of you, and she gets like another mouthful of shoulder. I'm so hungry.
Dustin, drop the fucking camera.
Oh, but this is fine, okay. I drop the camera and I start squirming through the hole. I'm coming. God, Amanda, stop it!
Time.
Shut up! I'm trying to. I told you I was on a diet for a reason.
Kick this bitch in the face.
And she's just like chewing mouthfuls of your flesh and like swallowing and coming back for more.
Fucking head.
All right, come here! And I run towards her, jump and grapple onto her back, and try to do a wrestling grapple and like hold her down to the ground.
Okay, roll 2. 2d6s.
2d6s. 6 and a 5, not quite.
No, so you grab her around the neck and she like wriggles out from underneath your grasp, and she actually scampers away to the corner of the room where the toy chest is, and she's hiding behind it. And then you just hear her starts to cry again.
And Mal's like standing up and is like got a big chunk out of his neck that he's like holding, and he's got like another chunk out of his face. He's like dripping blood from his like open mouth. He's like, listen here, kid, I understand that you're scared, you fucking psycho, but we're here to help you. Thomas?
Yeah.
Thomas?
Yes.
Get out of the body and we're gonna help you. We're gonna get you all the food. We're gonna get you all the food you want. We're gonna get you all the toys you want. We're gonna help you with everything you want, Thomas.
I'm so afraid.
You don't have to be afraid, Thomas. Listen to me. And like I like limp over, holding like this like soaked through shirt covered in blood, and like the blood dripping down my face. I'm like, Thomas. And like kneel down next to the toy chest, like leaning on it.
Yeah, Amanda is like hunched in this position that is like totally like just seems like she's collapsing in on herself, and she's rocking and crying. Yeah. There's like blood all over her chin, all over her shirt, your blood, and like tears streaking through the blood.
And as she's like, I'm like leaning down next to the toy chest, and as I'm talking, I reach into the toy chest and I grab some toy. I've already looked in the toy chest, so I grab whatever, and I pull it out and I put it behind my back, and I'm like, listen, Thomas, we're here to help you. I know you're scared, and I know you're hungry, and we're gonna help you. My friend Dustin, see my friend Dustin there?
And Dustin's over by Amanda's bag, rifling through it.
Yeah.
My friend Dustin and I, we're gonna help you, Thomas. You and your sister Rosie, we're gonna help you, and everything's gonna be all right. But you need to leave our friend Amanda. You need to trust us. And I pull out the toy from behind. And I say, "You see this?" And it's like a bear. I'm saying, "See Winston here? He's happy, and he's okay, and he's safe, and he missed you a lot, Thomas. And we're gonna help you. You need to trust me, though, and you need to leave my friend Amanda so we can have her back, okay?"
I don't know. I don't know.
Hand the toy to him. I said, "Thomas, you need to trust me.
I'm so hungry."
Hey, Mal.
Yeah.
And you turn in time to see Dustin throw something at you.
And I catch it like clumsily.
And your hand wraps around the unmistakable feel of a Lara bar.
Yeah, here, a Luna bar.
Luna bar.
I hand it over and I unwrap it. I say, Eat this, Thomas. This is gonna make you feel really good.
And Amanda grabs the Luna bar and she's like, it's like pieces of energy bar, like mixing with blood and flesh. She's got like a piece of your shirt in like stuck in her tooth. Just like messily eats it. She's like, more. I need more. I'm starving. I'm starving.
We're gonna give you lots more, Thomas, but you need to leave our friend first, and then we're gonna find you all the food you can eat. Okay? We promise.
Okay. And Amanda just stands up and she's just like rocking and looking around the room.
Thomas, you need to leave our friend.
No. I'm lonely.
He just said okay.
No.
If you find us more food, or if we find you more food, will you leave her body then?
I don't want to. I don't want to. No. No.
All right, Thomas. I understand. And I take the rope out, the 20 feet, and say, I'm gonna get you food. I start wrapping it around him.
And he starts struggling, but you manage.
And I start getting like more angry as I'm doing it. And I like push her towards Dustin.
No!
Like, tie her up. And I start tying her up.
Yeah, and I help out.
And Amanda's like taking random like bites, and like in the air, her teeth closing
Punch her
so
in the back of the
loudly.
head. I'm like, fuck
Whoa,
you.
whoa.
I'd be very angry with her, despite it not being her fault.
So Mal swings at
No, I'm
Amanda.
joking. No, he doesn't.
Well, she's
tie
like
her up.
biting at the air and not
Yeah.
really connecting as she gets tied up. We are.
And I toss her down on the bed. I'm like, okay, what the fuck do we do now, man?
Boy says he doesn't want to leave her body. That's pretty serious. Doesn't really want any more food. Didn't we find some food downstairs, but it was all rotten?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look, let's just figure out what the fuck is in the other rooms right now. Maybe we have a solution on us. And I leave the room, crawl through the little hole, and I walk across the hall to the stairway to the west in that tiny hallway.
To the west, so directly across from the spare room.
Yeah.
You find yourself in a large room that is full of sheet-draped furniture, essentially. So what is this, number 18? Basically, there's about half a dozen large shapes draped with sheets in this room, and a musty smell coming from the north. As you turn directly after opening the door and assessing the room, you realize that the spiral staircase that you saw in the dollhouse has a door that is open to you here beside you in this room, and through the spiral staircase you can hear the sounds of people, the sounds of humans somewhere far below, a sound of chanting. You can hear words but you can't distinguish them, and it is ongoing, is drifting up to you on this cold wind.
I shut the door and I walk to the other door to the east in this room, or west, just to clear this room.
Totally.
As I'm like limping.
Yeah. The final door on this level is another spare bedroom. I will say for brevity it is featureless apart from some pieces of furniture.
Okay.
Which you determine quickly to be nothing of interest.
So I climb back through the little alcove and I sit on the empty bed across from tied up Thomas inhabiting Amanda next to Dustin. I'm like, okay, Thomas, that is who we're talking to, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Thomas?
Yeah.
We're going to give you all the food you want if you can just answer us some questions and then leave our friend.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a minute, though. First
Yeah.
and foremost, how did you die? Who killed you?
I died because I fell asleep because I was hungry. I'm so hungry.
Were
You died
you-
hungry? No one stabbed you? No one hurt you?
No. My sister and I just had to spend a lot of days here in this room, and then we died.
But there's blood leaking through the floor, isn't there?
As you look around in this room, you don't see any blood.
Oh, so the fucking leak's not even from this room?
Hmm?
Fuck. So we don't even have that room? Where is that room then?
I don't know.
There's another room up here? I don't understand. All right, so they just... Oh, so they were bricked up to starve to death.
Yeah, were you
Fucked up.
stuck in here, Thomas?
Yeah. He starts to like roll around in Amanda's body on the bed, just thrashing for a minute, and then lays still. Yeah.
Looking at the back of the door with the brick, is there like fingernail marks carved in the back?
Oh yeah. If you take a few seconds to look around the room, you are seeing a disturbing array of marks that would suggest that 2 children were trying to escape this room for a couple of weeks. It's really awful and very sad.
Wow.
And I lean into towards Mal and I whisper, "Hey, I think that TV downstairs. It said, 'I'm so hungry,' right?
Yeah.
I think the spirit of his sister might be in the TV down there. If we can get them together somehow, if we could get him to the TV or the TV up to Thomas. I mean, he said he's lonely. He didn't want to leave the body because he's lonely, but maybe if we can, reunite them, he'll leave and maybe tell us more."
Do you miss your sister, Thomas?
She's my favorite.
Have you spent time with her? Have you seen her in a while?
I don't know what that means. What? I'm just so hungry.
That TV exploded, Dustin.
Yeah, I know, but you broke it too, and it just formed back together. Maybe if we go down there again, it'll be fine.
Maybe. I don't
This
know.
poor kid is so lonely right now, and
He's not just lonely, he's hungry.
he's hungry and he's lonely, but he had a Luna bar, so that'll tide him over until he sees his sister.
There's no other fresh food in the house. All right.
I think that
Thomas, is there,
gotta-
what were your parents like? What happened?
What do you mean?
What was the last thing you remember? Who bricked you in here?
My parents?
Why?
We were screaming and crying, me and Rose, but when we tried to stop them, we got hit
You tried to stop them from what?
from putting the bricks there.
Why did they break you in here?
They said that they were supposed to.
Who told them to?
I don't know. One of Dad's friends.
Who? What's his name?
I don't know. What do you mean?
We're trying to help you, Thomas.
Just
Trying to
someone
find-
that I liked a lot.
And I walk over to the end of the bed, and even though she's tied up, I like kneel by her feet, and I look up and I'm like, Thomas, listen. My name's Mal. I know you don't believe me, but I deal with spirits like you all the time.
we're not rolling, Mal.
Oh, right. Thomas, we want to help you. If you can tell us everything you know before you died, we can help you. We can put your soul to rest.
Mom and Dad said that we'd be safe in here. That they were gonna save us. That we had to stay quiet. And that we had to stop fighting. Because it was gonna be safe for us in here. Because this is the way that they had to do it, and that we had to just stop fighting them.
Fighting whom?
Mom and Dad.
You were fighting against them?
Yeah, 'cause they locked us in here.
And they didn't say any names that you recognize? Any people that forced them to do this? Any reason they were doing this?
No.
So one
No,
day
but
they just said, go to your room, and they started bricking you up.
We were talking about vacation. They were going to go on vacation for a long time. Mom and Dad were excited about going on vacation. They said that we had to not use a TV and I wasn't allowed to play Nintendo anymore because the electricity was going to hurt me. They said it was hurting me from the inside and hurting my brain. I didn't just want to play video games, but they said it was going to hurt my body. It would hurt my brain. And then we were going to go on vacation. I'm so hungry. And he lunges at you and tries to bite you again. And it's like easily rebuffed because he's
Stay away,
tied up.
kid. Listen, I know you're hungry, but we need to... And I look over to the bones.
Mm.
And I reach into the pack and I pull out the salt. I'm like, maybe we need to put these bones to rest. And I walk over and I salt them. And I take a lighter and I throw it down at the salt.
So you salt and burn the bones.
Yep.
Amanda's eyes like roll back in her head and she starts foaming at the mouth and thrashing around on the bed. And then...
Dude, what are you doing? Dustin runs over and he starts to stomp and tamp on the bones.
So you salt and then burn and then stomp on the bones.
I'm trying to, like, put out the flame.
Totally.
Yeah, maybe I grab a blanket off the bed and put it over it.
Yeah, you like pull the blanket out from underneath Amanda and she like rolls off of the bed and she's like thrashing around on the floor like making this terrifying noise, and the bones, like the old mildewy clothing is easily incinerated and the bones start to blacken and char, and then Dustin throws a blanket over and smothers it. The room is starting to fill with this like acrid smoke.
Dude, you don't start a fire in an old house that's made mostly of wood while we're in it.
But we gotta get rid of the bones. This is how you put spirits to rest.
Yeah, but I mean, we're just gonna burn to death if that's our only solution.
Amanda's just like flailing
Also,
around on the ground.
I don't know what this is gonna do to her. This might mess her up completely. I think there's got to be a better way to get this thing out of her body.
Well, I gotta pee, so you figure it out. And he leaves and goes down the hall and takes a pee in the bathroom.
Whoa.
All right. Well, I guess it's just you and me, Thomas.
You are left alone in this mostly dark room with a woman who you previously knew but is now probably inhabited by the ghost of an 8-year-old boy who was starved to death by his family. What do you do?
I say, Thomas. Thomas, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Thomas?
Yes. Yes.
Hey, that's okay. It's all right. I just want to let you know you're being really brave right now. I'm really sorry for what you went through. That must have been... I can't even imagine how hard it was for you and your sister, but you're being so brave.
And Amanda just starts to cry. Yeah. I'm so scared. We were in here for days and days and getting so hungry.
I know. Thomas?
We're trying to get out. I have to get out. Amanda starts like throwing herself across the floor, like wiggling towards the door. She catches sight of the fact that there's like a hole in the bricked up door, and she starts to like try to get towards the hole in the door.
And I move towards her wriggling body, and I try to hold on to her gently, and I just say, okay, Thomas, listen to me. I think I met your sister. She's here.
Okay.
She's here, and she wants to see you. I know she misses you.
Yeah.
I know where she is.
Okay. Where's my sissy?
She's downstairs. Can you take me to the TV room with the piano? Okay, we're gonna go together. All right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And I help him through the hole, or her, and I go through the hole myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I shout to Mal, "We're going down to the piano room, Mal."
I really like the idea that his pee is so loud that he's just like not hearing it.
Just taking like a brain vacation for like a good
like,
25 seconds, not thinking
like
about the haunted house.
Still bit bleeding wound.
As you are peeing, so you had to go downstairs to go to the washroom, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because there's no bathroom up here. But as you are like standing there peeing, I'm just imagining the shot that we see, which is like one of those like PG-13 shots of you just like from the front, like waist up, and you're like do peeing, and like behind you on the ceiling we see like ghostly like stain just sort of spreading over the ceiling as you're like do pee pee pee, whistling.
One of my favorite I want to do one of my favorite gags from
of course
Dumber, where he's like, but if you listen to the audio you can hear the pee like hitting the toilet bowl and then the wall and then the toilet bowl and then the wall. It's like that. And I'm just like peeing on the wall.
Yep, that happens. So we get like the horror comedy melange happening.
My literal wheelhouse.
Beautiful. And as you finish up, you hear the sounds of two sets of footsteps descending the staircase.
Perfect.
So Dustin and Amanda head down the secret staircase to the 3rd floor, and then we hit the landing through the nursemaid's room. The specter is not there anymore. We enter the landing on the 3rd floor, and we start going down the spiral staircase toward the 2nd floor conservatory, where the television inhabited by Rose's spirit is. As we pass the flagrantly open door of the bathroom, we hear Mal taking a luxurious leak.
I glance in and go, "Oh God," and close the door a little bit more.
And I think as Amanda and Dustin descend the stairs into the darkness together, Amanda foaming at the mouth a little bit, bleeding down her shirt from the bites that she took out of Mal. Dustin maybe exhilarated, maybe terrified. We head down into the darkness, and I think that's where we have to leave it for this week.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's nerve-wracking. I don't know what's gonna happen with poor Amanda. Mal,
she got poltergeisted.
She got poltergeisted the fuck out of everything. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us tonight for Frightmares Part 2. Death House, I should say. Frightmares Death House. This has been such a fantastic series. I think Frightmares might, even when we're done Death House, they might have to tackle other famous modules.
Well, we were talking about this, and the cool thing about Death House is that it's a free PDF from Wizards, so anyone can access what it is we're playing. Not to spoil it, if you don't want spoilers for the final part of the series, don't go and look it up. But because we give our game notes to our patrons on Patreon, it was really simple for me to say, like, this is open access. You can access these notes for the module for free. I don't know if we're going to do like the classic Call of Cthulhu murder mystery. Is that going to be open for people to access?
Yeah.
Or
The Haunting is, yeah, for sure.
It's free?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure The Haunting is, yeah. It's like the first one ever published, like from 1975. There's no way it's not.
I think
even if it's not free, it's easily accessible. Like,
I think the Frightmares crew is going to have to do like classic horror modules and
I kind of think that'd be
investigate
pretty.
all the haunted houses.
That'd be kind of funny, actually, to do.
Yeah,
that. I really like that idea. So, so well done, Joe, for running such a fantastic game.
Thank you. For some reason, I thought we might polish it off as a one-shot, and now it's definitely going to be a 3-parter. But
Well, you know what? It's more fun to take our time and be zanier than try to fit it all into one game.
yes, you know what? Carly was like, "This feels like Curse of Strahd" halfway through this episode, and I wanted to be
Very
like,
cute.
"Yay!"
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Huge shout out once again, to our brother Chris, who is his birthday today. He's just joined us. So happy birthday, Chrissy. And again, a huge shout out to John and the crew at Chronicle Brewery for their Mind Flay IPA, which is a great rhyming name. Chronicle, if you are from the Toronto area or Ontario, check them out. Buy some beers.
If you're anywhere in Ontario, just make the trip.
If you're anywhere in the world,
Make the trip, yes.
just fucking do it.
Agreed.
Love you too, Chris.
And thank you, Kellen, for posting all of the game screenshots.
Yes, thank you so much. Great way to involve the community to see
Oh yeah.
who's gonna win Endgame XP tonight, boys.
well. I don't know, guys. What do you think? We've had a lot
good options.
of fun interaction this ep. I don't know. I want to give Megan XP because she has been so generous. Give a little back to the community. Who else am I feeling? Kellen for sure. But does Kellen get XP anymore?
He just owns the XP pool.
Yeah, he
He'll
just
never run out.
he can have XP anytime
banker.
he wants it.
He can have it anytime he wants.
What do you guys think?
Colin
Colin was
Burkhardt.
great too.
I
but
think
he's
Colin
just won it a
really
few
great.
times too, though.
Mm-hmm. Why don't we say it's between Megan
Zia
and
hasn't
Colin? Oh,
Megan.
Zia too.
She hasn't won in a while. She had a few good really posts. A few really.
Can we roll a d6?
Sure,
We can
go
roll
for
a
it.
d6.
I'll
Say
roll a D6.
1 and 2 is Megan. 3 and 4 is Colin.
5, 6, Zia.
Yeah.
Here we go. We got a. Did I not?
You rolled so
A
many.
6.
Zia!
Zia.
Zia!
Congratulations!
Congratulations.
Good job.
Great job. Great job to everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. And that was a lot of fun. Hope you guys had a great time hanging out with us. Hope you tune in next week. I guess we could probably finish this next week, don't we? Because it's the 3 of us again next week, isn't it?
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Part 3. We don't have to wait so long. So if you're
Part
looking for
3
the epic
of
conclusion-
Frightmares.
Woohoo! I'm
Ooh.
nervous now.
Ooh.
Ladies and gentlemen, hope you have a fantastic night and a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And I think that is it from us. As my great friend Joe always likes to say,
It is my bedtime.
it's her bedtime, guys. Good night.
Right.
Night.